Error. Okay, sure enough, Twitter error.
Yeah, that one's
Okay, so I'm gonna hit
said
remove.
too.
I'm gonna hit remove those. I gotta remove both of our Twitter destinations. Stupid Elon.
Yeah,
God, what a jerk he is doing
I'm
this to us.
disappointed in him.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
Are we live? I
I
think we are live.
I
Okay.
think we
Hey!
are.
And I said all that while we're live. Oh my God, because we're already 26 seconds in. I am not afraid to publicly say it. Elon, you're running Twitter. So what was happening just now, for anybody that's here at the very, very beginning, what happened was Twitter won't let us live stream anymore unless we pay for an account.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I'm not paying for an account on this account. So it was giving me some messages I had to go delete. All right. Let's officially start. Welcome to the replay of the Kratom Gals, because I know some of you aren't able to come live. It's totally okay. You're watching the replay. We appreciate you so much. This is a weekly live stream where we share interesting videos we uncover on YouTube, TikTok, and more. It's spicy, it's fun, and very, very informative. You'll get an interesting view of Kratom, looking at the good, the bad, and even the ugly. I'm Madalyn Sklar, host of the Kratom Stories podcast and the gal behind starting the Kratom Gals. Please note this live stream is presented solely for educational purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician or other medical professional. We are simply a community that comes together to share our knowledge, our stories, and experience. So welcome everybody who's tuned in. Hey, Kratom Gals, how are you?
Hey, everybody.
What's
Hi.
up?
And we already got people here hanging out with us. Emily from Botanical Queens.
Hi, Emily.
Yay.
Hey, Emily.
We got Scars Rodriguez here. Hey, Scars.
Hey.
Hey, Scars.
Recent episode of the Kratom Stories podcast. Got the Kratom Fiend. That would be Craig.
Hey,
And
Craig.
got Heidi. Everybody's coming on time now. Wow. I'm
Wow.
so impressed. Heidi's here. Hey,
Oh,
Heidi.
the doctor's in. Hey, Heidi.
It's great seeing you. Emily says she needs to get herself a shirt. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in just a moment. But first, why don't we have everybody introduce themselves? I know Misty and Jennifer, y'all are busy like posting the social media.
Yeah.
If anybody ever wonders, why are they always looking down when this live stream starts? It's because they're both like on their phones trying to like push this out on social media so people know that we are alive. Also, Donna is here over on Facebook.
Hey.
We got Gabby here over on YouTube. We are able to broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube. Twitter will not let us live stream anymore unless we pay for an account. So if you got here at the very, very beginning of this live stream 3 minutes ago, I didn't know we were live yet, and it was not letting us do Twitter, and I was kind of mad and going off on Elon Musk because it's his fault. Anyway, it is frustrating because I know on Twitter we would get a lot of live views over on the Kratom Stories podcast, but I don't think it's right to take away a fee. Like, okay, if you want to start charging, like make that a paid feature for people getting new accounts moving forward, fine.
Right.
But for existing accounts, I hate when companies do that. I don't want to be forced to have to go pay a monthly fee just to keep live streaming here. We're already live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully
You already have to pay StreamYard.
Yeah,
Right.
I pay for us to do this. We're on what's called StreamYard. For those of you watching, you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, but the four of us, we're in StreamYard, and I pay for this service so that we can be in multiple places at once. So yeah, I'm already paying. I'm not paying, to do this on Twitter. Carrie's here. Hey, Carrie. Good timing because we're going to be showing off our Kratom Gals and Kratom Pals t-shirts. Robin's here. Robin's here live. We know Robin
Hey,
from
Robin.
TikTok.
Robin!
One of our TikTok friends. What do y'all think of my new lights? Aren't these
love 'em.
cool?
I love
them.
They
I
look so good. And it comes with the little LED. They're small. It comes with the little remotes so I can change colors. But I really like this color scheme best because with the darker ones, it just looks, when I wanted to do the green, but I'll show y'all, it's just too light. Because I thought green because of Kratom, but I don't know. I like the darker. This is the darkest green they have on here. And so It's not bad, but then you can
Yeah.
see how bright. I don't like that. So if I do, this is actually pink. When I press this pink button, it does this dark purplish pink. So I probably just need to play around with the colors more.
That's
But
my favorite color. So
I'm glad y'all are liking the lights. Thank you for letting me know. Donna's here from Facebook.
Hey, Donna.
Thanks, Carrie, Robin. Everybody likes the lights. Yeah, green and purple. Yeah, that green is just too bright. I think it just looks cool. Because also when you're on a darker background, it makes you pop more. Like Misty, you really pop on the screen because you've got the dark background. And I was having that white background, just the white wall behind me, and it just always made me feel more washed out. Venus, you've got a dark background. Jennifer, you've got all kinds of things going on, so it makes you stand out more. Plus, you got good lighting, Jennifer. What kind of lighting are you
yes,
using?
it does.
My window.
Windows are the best
They're
lights.
natural.
They are the best lights. And my other places, I would live stream before I moved here. I was always in front of a window, and you cannot beat that natural light. But where I'm at now, I'm just facing a wall, so a little bit different.
Jennifer needs one of those spotlights to go in her corner. So
Yeah, that would be cool. That actually would be a good idea.
Yeah, Gabby says she's on a long drive and will be listening but won't be able to chat. That's awesome though. It's so cool because so many people are telling me they listen to this when they're commuting, whether they're doing live or the replay. And Misty's always popping, says Carrie.
Yeah.
Donna's here over on Facebook. It's just so great to see all of our friends here. Sorry we were not able to broadcast last week. I was dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. I live in Houston, and I couldn't find it because I did try to go back through the live stream we did 2 weeks ago. I clearly remember somewhere in that live stream, I made some little comment because I think something had popped up on my phone or something with the storm because it was still 2 days away. I remember saying something, like, "Oh, I hope this storm doesn't come here," or something. I remember saying something.
I think you said, "Oh, it's not even supposed to come here."
Something.
Last I checked or something. But yeah, I do remember
came
that.
right through here and it devastated our city. It was one of those high winds hurricanes. It's either going to be high wind. We live in Southeast Texas on the Gulf. We get these, but it's either going to be high winds or a lot of rain, so you get the flooding. And this was a high winds one. So what it does, it knocks down all the power lines, but was devastating. The transformers blow up and get crushed, and I could hear them blowing up outside. And it took me 8 days to get my power back. So It was not a pleasant time. And there was no way. I didn't have electricity. I was so cut off from the real world. So it was just a really frustrating time. But Carrie is asking you, Misty, why is your screen vertical and everyone else horizontal?
Because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, she's doing this on her phone.
If I turn it sideways, then it bothers my OCD when I turn it sideways because it doesn't cut off on my tapestry.
It looks fine. I like it. Angela's here. She's watching over on YouTube. Donna says, Misty, I love you, girl. So proud of you. Always keeping us up to date of all the new Kratom information. Thank you so much for what you ladies do for us. You're so welcome, Donna. We love doing this.
You're very welcome. Much love to you, Donna.
Yeah, Carrie says she loves the backdrop. Yeah, Robin says, no AC, I would die. I was, it was hard. And it really tests you for sure. Especially
and for all that time.
Yeah, especially when everybody around me was getting theirs back. Where I'm at here, these other apartment buildings, there's 14 buildings. 9 of them got their power back a day and a half later. And the rest of us did not, because apparently we're on a different grid. So we went 8 days, they went a day and a half. And then the neighborhood all around here, they all got their power back. I think it was last Saturday. So it took us forever to get ours back. It was
when it's so hot, you can't take a shower. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, awful. It was awful experience. I've been through it before. One time I was 2 weeks without power, but it wasn't in July. It was like in September. Actually, quite a difference. Hot, but not nearly as bad. But the thing is, when you're in it, you're just dying and you hate life. But then once you're out of it, like, it's almost like you forget. Like, I've had power since Monday and I just feel like a new person again. And I almost forgot how horrible those 8 days were. So, but I missed you all so much. It was so weird not live streaming
was.
and
It
doing
was
It
it.
was
weird.
weird.
We missed you too.
Very weird. Very weird. Yeah. Thank you so much, Renee, for being here with
Thank
us.
you, Renee.
So great
Renee,
seeing so many people
Angela.
here. So for those that don't know, we're the Kratom Gals. We've been doing this every Saturday. We've been doing this a while. When did we start this?
I don't even know.
God,
It has been a while.
it
Yeah.
was, it also, here's how it came about for anybody that doesn't know. I have a long history of internet digital marketing. I was one of the very first web designers here in Houston back in the 90s, in the mid 90s. I was teaching digital marketing, got into social media almost 20 years ago when it was very new, and been teaching it for decades. And I just am good at showing people how to do. I learn how to do things and I show people how to do it. And it's just kind of been my superpower. And so I love live streaming. Actually, I was teaching in 2018. I was doing like a part mastermind, part online course training, teaching people how to get comfortable doing video and live video. It was called Video Like a Rock Star. And it was a really great program, but then sometimes life changes in an instant. And so I did it for the whole year 2018. By the end of 2018, my dad became suddenly ill, was in the hospital, and somebody had to take care of my mom, who, they're both old. And she had suffered a horrific accident 10 years ago with a brain injury, lost her vision, a whole bunch of things. And so somebody had to take care of her, and he was taking care of her. So I packed an overnight bag and never left. So I was back in my childhood home taking care of my mom. 3 weeks later, my dad passed, take him to the hospital. He never left. And so he passes away New Year's Day, 2019. So I was determined to take care of my mom and not put her in a nursing home. I had 3 other siblings that want to put her in a nursing home. I refused. So I just stayed, and it ended up being 4 years of staying there. So I stopped doing all of this stuff. I was so into my online program, teaching people to get comfortable doing video. And it's because it's something I'm very passionate about. Y'all see, like, this is a powerful way to connect with people, just coming on video.
Yeah.
And over this kind of like a 5-year period where I wasn't doing it, I thought, well, certainly people are getting more comfortable now. All these years pass, and then TikTok gets huge. And so last year, when things, after my mom passes away, and then like I'm kind of getting back into the real world in the next chapter of my life, it's like, I wonder if I need to go back to teaching that program again. I was also known for teaching Twitter. I was really well known for Twitter. Not anymore. I can't, not even going to go there. It's changed too much. Anyway, I was surprised when I started immersing myself in TikTok last year, how many people are not comfortable making videos and not being on camera. And not to be negative about, like, look, I totally understand. A lot of people are not comfortable with it. I get it. But I had come up with ways of helping people get comfortable, and it worked really well when I was teaching that in 2018. It was just an experiment I did, and it turned into a really great program. So I'm just surprised so many people are still in this place. So I'm like, I might have to resurrect that program, because it was great helping people. But once my mom passes away, I'm starting this new chapter. I already had known for years that once the new chapter in my life starts, I would start a podcast called Kratom Stories, because Kratom changed my life 5 years ago. And podcasting is something I've been doing for over a decade. It's something I'm good at. And I want to be able to use that platform to help spread people's messages of how Kratom has positively impacted their lives and the lives of people around them. So that was the first thing. But I'm like, I want to do some kind of live stream show. And for anybody that knows Emily D. Baker, I love her. She's a big popular YouTuber. She's a former DA from Los Angeles. And what she does is she takes these different trials, like she did the Murdaugh trial last year. She did the Johnny Depp trial a few years ago. She just got through doing that, the one in Boston, something Reed, whatever, the lady that was accused of running over and killing her husband. She broadcasts them live and explains everything in real time. So you totally understand everything. Plus, she's funny as hell. She's very snarky, very smart, and it's entertaining. And she's huge. And I remember watching her last year going, I wonder if I could come up with a way to do some kind of live stream where we watch Kratom videos and talk about it. And so these gals y'all see right here, these are the first 3 that I met on Twitter last year when I started the new chapter in my life and was meeting different Kratom advocates. And so we all became friends. And I remember one day last year, I said, I have this idea about live streaming. And I remember Venus and Jennifer go like, get on camera. Misty was already doing the TikToks. Misty's like, that sounds fun. I just remember the 2 of y'all are like, we got to be on camera.
So.
but look at how well y'all have done and how much more comfortable y'all have got. It really shows that.
Yeah. Well, I
anybody
mean,
can
you
get
make
comfortable.
people feel like you're just like naturally good at making people
Yep.
feel comfortable. You really are. And then like when you watch, Misty, it's almost like second nature to her. And so I don't know, both of you combined really, really helped because I mean, I was not a camera person at all by any means, but I'm getting a lot better at it.
Yeah. Well, no, I see a lot of people are saying in the comments they're not comfortable, and I totally understand that. But
We
I
had
can-
to make
I can
ourselves
make-
we had to make ourselves uncomfortable so that we
Yes.
can make other people comfortable. And
Yeah.
our
Right.
uncomfortableness is what's saving people's lives.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it's for something that, is life changing. And
It
so
is.
it's like when you look at it that way, it's like, I can deal with a few minutes on camera, and be a little bit uncomfortable as long as you get that message across to
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when we see the comments, and it just makes you feel
Yes.
good knowing how many people are getting so much out of this. I mean, Jennifer, when we first started doing this, like, how would you describe like your comfort level when we first started versus where you're at now? I mean, it's been a while. We've been doing this a while, but like,
Yeah,
how'd you feel in the
completely
beginning?
different. Like when I go back and watch when we did the podcast, when I did my episode for the podcast last June, boy, you can just really tell I was not, and that wasn't even like a live thing. Like nobody was actually going to
Right,
see it.
just recorded you
Yeah.
and me. Nobody
But
did.
now
Wasn't
it's
a
like,
live stream.
it's not that big of a deal now. It's not that big of a deal at all. Just jump
Yeah.
on.
I like to equate it to, when people are kratom curious and they're afraid to make that jump, it's kind of like the same way when you go live or doing videos, it's you, it's the person that's stopping you from making that
Right.
leap.
Yeah.
Yes. Because this
And once you
message is so
do it,
important.
it's just so not that like my first TikTok. Once I did the whole just do it and I just bloop,
Yeah.
posted. No
Right.
filter, no nothing.
Yeah, I really do
And
have a
it was like
tattoo.
such a like, oh, thank God, it's over. I did it. Yeah, I just did it.
Do it. Just do it. I had to take my wrist guard off to do that. What about you, Venus? I know this was not easy
I
for
was
you.
terrified.
You really came
Yeah.
out of your shell for this.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
proud of
now
you.
it's second nature, just jumping on or setting it up, knowing at 2 o'clock, all I have to do is be here, open up the computer, and it's that easy. So, and just talk to everybody, and that's how we get to spread our message. So, and in the beginning, my body would just start shaking. I would get so nervous, and my stomach would start hurting, and not anymore, not anymore. You got it. You all make me feel so comfortable.
And there's more
I
people out in
enjoy
the
it.
community that are supportive than there
Yeah.
are, stupid people.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always.
And so that helps because, we're all connected. I mean, we're like a giant family. And so, you got everybody's back in the community. So it's nice to know that.
Well, it's just so much fun doing this. Y'all are
It
just a fun
is.
bunch to do it with. We always have such a great group of people here live hanging out with us every time. It's just makes for a really fun and pleasant experience. Real quickly, let's go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with you, Misty.
What's up? My name is Misty. I'm a kratom advocate, activist, going on over 5 years now.
That's amazing.
Sorry, I
Congrats.
didn't know what else
Congrats
say.
to the 5-year club.
Yeah, 5-year crew.
I need to just have like a script thing that I read every time because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm very inconsistent. My name is Jennifer Gillis, also known as Winifred Jenkins. I am a 5-year kratom consumer and advocate, and I take kratom for chronic pain. It has changed my life so much for the better, and I love to come here every week.
Oh my God. Can you
And just
imagine every day?
yeah, and just to talk about all the bullshit that's out that we see, it's nice to come together and correct all that crap that we see out there. And glad to be here. Glad everybody joined us today.
And I'm Venus, or Kratom Butterfly, and I also have the Kratom Miracles Facebook page. And I've been drinking Kratom for about 8 years, and it's the only thing that would help with my interstitial cystitis, fibro, abdominal adhesion pain, and even my PTSD to be able to get up here and talk to everybody. So, and I just want everybody else to be able to do it too, anybody can do it right from their own room. So,
Love
yep,
it.
that's me in Delaware.
Well, so glad that y'all are here doing the Kratom Gals. Kelly Wells made it in. Kelly,
Kelly.
Oh, hey,
glad,
Kelly.
glad you made it on
Hey,
a
Kelly.
Saturday. Be here live with us. So, if y'all don't know, we're sporting our Kratom Gals t-shirts. Look,
Oh yeah.
the Kratom Gals. And if you don't know, you can order your own from Miss T's merch. Carrie is here. Carrie and Misty are cousins, and they run Miss T's merch. And so I got the website pulled up here so you can see all these cool shirts. And 2 weeks ago when we were here last, I was unboxing the new Kratom Pals t-shirts. And I was showing these off. I did an unboxing. If you missed that, go over to the Kratom Stories Podcast YouTube channel, or you can also, I always forget to mention this, go to the kratomgals.com. It'll take you right to our YouTube channel. I forgot I got that domain name. Anyway, I'm just very nerdy techie like that. Anyway, if you go to our YouTube channel, go to the past live streams and go to the one 2 weeks ago. I did my unboxing showing the different merch that I receive. But yeah, and speaking of, I think Misty has an unboxing to do today.
Oh yeah, I
Yay.
do. I do.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
We would love to see an unboxing. I always forget, like I can just show Misty bigger on the screen here. I always forget to do this. We'll make you big on the screen so we can
nice.
see your. I know, it's like, how long have I been doing the StreamYard? It's like, I could do that.
Okay, Carrie made me a card.
Emily says I'm ordering right now. Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you, Emily.
Misty'sMerch.com or kratomstoriespodcast.com/t-shirts.
This card says, "You'd best be having a goddamn happy birthday, motherfucker."
That's cool.
Nice.
Okay, I won't read what you wrote in there, unless she wants me to. Carrie, I don't know if you want me to or not. So I had her make me a shirt because I'm going somewhere, and I had her make me a shirt because I was gonna pick pink and green for my nails this time, which is what I did.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I like that.
They
Very
look good.
cool.
So I had her make me this.
Oh, that matches perfect.
Kratom save me. Yeah, it does match your nails.
It is perfect.
Perfectly.
And then on the back it says the same thing. Kratom saved me.
Oh, I
Nice.
like how it's got on the front and the back.
Me too. I love
Nice.
it when it's on the back. Okay, what's this? Oh, you made this shirt for me, Carrie. I know you guys saw that video. My
Oh,
Kratom
yeah,
just
yeah.
kicked in.
Yeah.
With the disco ball. And all that.
Nice. Yes.
It's got that
Oh my
glitter on it.
God.
He's so creative.
Ooh, I always love this lettering.
Angela says, love your nails, by the way.
Thank you. I always love this vinyl stuff right here.
Ooh, that's pretty. I like the
Ooh,
rainbow
that's
color.
cool.
I love that vinyling. Okay, and then she got me a tapestry. Wouldn't it be so cool if we could just make our own like kratom tapestries or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
What
that's
does this
pretty.
one say?
I like the colors.
I know it looks like it's like I'm in like a hippie or something. Oh, it says one day at a fucking time.
Carrie says it was for your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that is pretty. I love those colors on there
Yeah.
too.
Now I look like a hippie
One
from
day
the
at a fucking
60s.
That is
Love
so
it.
cool.
Heidi says we need to wear that Kratom Save Me shirt.
Yeah. Yep. I have a purple one that I wear like pretty much all the time when I go shopping or something like that. I love this, Carrie. Oh my God. Okay.
That's a
Yep,
great
that's it.
unboxing. Great unboxing. Awesome.
That's it. We should. I'm telling you, I wish I could find or we could make our own tapestry. You know, that's got Kratom Saves Lives or Kratom Gals or Kratom
Yeah.
Pals. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Actually, I can probably get that done where my husband
Oh.
works. Yeah.
Ooh.
But I love this shirt. Man, it goes good with my nails.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's summery too. Those two colors together. I love getting stuff from Carrie.
Yeah.
It's always so exciting
Yeah.
to see it like in person.
I'm
We got
always
school shopping
expecting-
coming up, but I'm
Yep.
getting me some more merch after
I'm
doing my own
always
school
expecting-
shopping.
I'm always expecting one thing, you know, because I had her like specially made that shirt because, like I said, I'm going somewhere, and then there I go, have a bunch of other stuff in the box.
Very
I always
cool.
get stickers, but she always sends extra stickers.
Yeah,
You can never have too many Kratom stickers.
that's right. Before we watch any videos, Kelly was sharing some comments here I want to talk about. She said she just got her official diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, I assume. But I told the doctor about Kratom being the only thing I take. I was waiting for backlash, and she was like, oh, "Okay, so you take any other supplements?" I was so happy. That is so
Wow.
That
awesome.
is cool. I know she was
Yes.
really worried about that.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
said her calling it a supplement is what made my day. Oh, that's so wonderful to hear because we don't hear that enough coming
No.
from people in the medical community. She also said, I was so scared, but was like, screw it. I don't want anything they want to give me. So I figured it wouldn't hurt and wanted to see her opinion, but I totally understand. You know, thank you for sharing that, Kelly. You know, I am sure that I have something autoimmune. I'm sure it's Sjogren's, but I've yet to get diagnosed with it. I've had all the symptoms for over a decade, and it's gotten a lot worse. And I know that treatment are these drugs that I really don't want to take, but I just deal with doing things to help the symptoms. And I know many times with these things, that's what a rheumatologist has you do anyway. But I would definitely be telling them, like, I take Kratom. And if I have a doctor who says no, then I'd be firing them. It's like, you know, so I'm very proud of you, Kelly. That's so awesome to hear that.
I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if Carrie ever answered me, but I'm gonna go ahead and read what she wrote.
Yeah. I think she said somewhere in here. Yeah, here it is. She did say read it first.
Oh, damn, my bad. So she says, "Thank you for being like a sister to me. I've always called her sister because you know she's actually my second cousin. You are amazing, and I'm so proud of you. You are amazing at being an advocate, mother, friend, and social media influencer. I hope you trust me, and one day we will make this small business huge. Got to take baby steps. I like building organically. It is slow, but once customers trust our brand, we will do big things. I love you. Wish I could do more. Love, Carrie." I love you too, girl. Look, got a little teary eyes. But yeah,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
we launched.
Well, y'all do. I mean, so much for the community itself. Like, I can't count how many times I know y'all have sent stuff without anybody ordering it. You know, just because, you know, I don't know. If I could see any business really take off, I hope it's y'all's.
Yeah, we launched in
Same.
September of 2022, and you know, there's nothing better than doing something organically.
Yeah,
You know, you don't have
because
to
you're
live
working
with.
for it.
Yeah, you
Yep.
definitely you work like I know Carrie works her bootay off when she's making those shirts or stickers or anything. I know that she's putting in the work. I mean, she just lives thousands of miles away from me. I can't be
Right.
there with her, but It'll take off one day. You'll see. I'm putting it
Oh,
out there to the
definitely.
universe.
Well, y'all are doing important work, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So Sklar says that his rheumatologist didn't mind kratom. None of my docs do. One fellow cautioned me, and I educated him about powder versus extracts. That's awesome,
Nice.
Sklar.
Nice.
And
Way
Kelly
to go,
said
Scars.
they would want to give me a biological, but no, thank you. And that's my concern too. First of all, going to a rheumatologist is not easy. So I was seriously looking into it a few years ago, but I was really wrapped up in taking care of my mom. And here's what I remember: the doctor's office, I call the rheumatologist's office. This is what they tell me, and tell me, is this a turnoff or what? All right, we're going to email you, and there's all these forms, and you need to fill them all out, and it's a lot, so it's going to take you a long time to do. And then once you fill it out and send it back to us, it's going to be a few months before we're going to call you back and set up an appointment. Now, who wants to even deal with that?
Yeah.
Like they
Right.
already set it up to make it so difficult, and it's like, why bother?
Yep.
You know?
That's like one of the reasons I just like I haven't talked to my doctors about it simply because it took me a good 4 years to find the neurologist that I had that's familiar with transverse myelitis. Like it was tough. And he's one of those doctors, he's a great neurologist, but he's one of those doctors that just don't really like the holistic approach. Like if
Right.
I'm like, well, is there a supplement I can take for that? He's like, well, let's, but I just don't want to chance it. I don't want to chance it until I have like
Right.
and it's hell finding another doctor that's decent, because of all the waiting and the paperwork. And if you have some rare condition, like mine, it's nobody knows about it. So when you finally find somebody, you just want to stick with it.
Well, a
Right.
holistic approach is doctors can't pay off their student loans.
True. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can't pay off their debts. They can't put money in their retirements.
Right.
And I think some of them just truly don't lean towards that, I mean, I really I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them have just been like healthy people. They've been lucky their whole life, so they've never had to try alternative treatments, or they probably don't even take medicine,
They don't even know about them.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
it goes
No.
on. It's been going on for centuries over on the Eastern civilization,
Yeah.
But come over here to us Americans, they go to school to be taught and indoctrinated.
Yeah. Kelly also said she had to wait 4 months for her appointment.
Dang.
Crazy.
Well, I'm
Wow.
glad that you liked it. I'm really glad that worked out, because
Yeah.
it's so scary going to a new doctor. Like you just don't know what to expect, and you're thinking of
Yeah.
all the stuff that could happen. And I've been to so many like just horrible doctor's visits, towards like, and I'm not a crier, but I've just been so pissed off leaving some of those doctors. I just sat and cried. Like,
Right.
so it's good when you get one.
Well, Heidi says physicians don't get holistic education. Yeah, we certainly know that.
Right.
Heidi, I want to tell you that I saw your first TikTok video.
Oh yeah,
last night.
that was great. That
I
was
missed it.
awesome.
It is so
I haven't
funny.
seen it.
Can somebody give me the link so I can go? We can all watch it together. I haven't seen it. I didn't know she did one.
Hang on, I'll get it for you real quick.
Yeah. Put
Oh,
it in
man.
the.
I told her, I says, I got the same walker. We should have a race. All right, I'm gonna send it in the X chat.
Okay.
I was like, that's like the perfect first TikTok video to make.
I love it. It's so happy. It makes you laugh because
Yeah.
you hear that laugh. It's a contagious one.
Okay, hold on. Since I'm on a new computer, I'm not logged. Oh God, now it's playing in the background. I'm not logged into TikTok apparently. I'm on a new computer, so. Where did Misty? Misty, where'd you go? We
I
lost
don't
you.
know where you put me.
You put
Me in the corner.
I'm not going to put you in the corner. I'm trying to bring up this TikTok, but it's okay. Hold on. It's just acting weird here. Okay. Let me pull this up on the screen. We can all watch this. I haven't seen this. This will be fun. Heidi, I'm so glad you made a video on TikTok. So proud.
I can't wait till she starts educating people. If she, gets
Yeah.
comfortable doing that, man.
It will be so powerful if she starts doing those TikTok, because people are on TikTok looking for this stuff, for this information. Okay. I got it queued up. Let's check this out. What a daredevil. I don't think I would do that. Oh my gosh. That's a little
I was
scary.
thinking that last night. I was like, dude, I would fall on my ass so fast before I even got to the hill or the slope.
I saw it last night. I was just over here giggling.
I watched it like 10 or 12 times. I mean, over and over.
That's funny.
That was perfect.
Kelly's like, I gotta go follow her. It's like, what is she doing? That is so cool. Well, let's watch some videos. We just been sitting here shooting the breeze for like 40 minutes or 35 minutes. I think we'll watch some videos. I just got to cue it up real quick. What a nice, chill kind of day, hanging out and just chit-chatting. I love it. All right, so we're going to start off by playing a couple of little snippets from the latest Kratom Stories podcast episode. This is with Mike Felicetta, who's a really cool guy I met on TikTok recently. And as always, in pretty much every episode, he mentions Misty. Misty, you've helped so many people. It's amazing. He really talks about Misty, Bud, Swampwater Guy, and Jordan from New Hope Botanicals. I'm just going to play a couple of quick snippets here in case y'all haven't seen it yet. But it is available to listen. kratomstoriespodcast.com. We're going to listen to this off of the Kratom Stories Podcast YouTube. It's available there. It's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, Apple. It's pretty much everywhere. If you can't find it, just reach out to me and I'll direct you to it.
I listened to the whole thing.
Not experience my withdrawal as bad. Probably alleviated about.
Is it not playing the? See, I'm on a new computer. It's not doing. Did it play the audio at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
But it was playing it through my computer. It's not supposed to do that too.
Oh.
Why was it doing that? Okay. I hold on a second. I know there's like a setting when I normally do it on my other computer. I think I'm missing a setting. No, I have it set. Okay, so why? It was playing it twice for me. Like through my actual laptop screen, not in my headphones. It shouldn't be doing that. Let's try this again. See if it works.
Kratom allowed me to not experience my withdrawal as bad. Probably alleviated about 80% of my withdrawal. I still had a little bit of withdrawal, but not nearly as bad. And it allowed me to be able to work on myself and find out what I needed to find out, the root causes of my issues, to figure out why I kept going to using a drug to make me feel better. So it's definitely a miraculous plant that can really help. But you also have to do your own due diligence.
Does that sound normal?
It does like echoey.
It's not playing through my headphones. It was playing through the laptop. It's got to be because I've got this new setup, but I have the settings.
Do you have to maybe mute the YouTube?
No, it's like a whole automatic thing in StreamYard, and I saw it had it set to do the audio. That is bizarre because it wasn't going through my headphones. It's playing. That was weird. I hope we're not going to have issues with audio because of this, because that would be bad.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah. So we might have a little technical issue that I got to figure out. I have the right setting to share audio. I don't know why it was playing it. This is the first time I'm using this a new laptop, so you just have to make sure you have all the settings. But I got all the settings.
Well, can you do this yet?
Oh yeah, we should see. Hold on, let me take off my wrist guard.
That's
I haven't tried
cool.
that yet, but I have the right OS. So what is it you're doing?
Do rock and roll on both hands and then thumbs up on both hands.
I'm not doing it. Damn it. What else? What's the other ones?
Oh, it's not going to do it right after. Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
Not doing it for me.
Maybe you have to turn it on at the the very top where you see your live thing, your little camera at the very, very top. If you click on the little camera thing, it'll bring up your I'm using Google Chrome, but it'll bring it up and have the reactions you can turn on and off.
That's over in StreamYard?
On your desktop, like at the very top.
The little camera icon. Oh, way at the top. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen this. Oh, reactions. Okay, there it is. Okay, I think I just turned it on. So let me try it again.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm so disappointed. If you turn it on, surely it'll start working.
Right. Maybe it's
Do you
got
have
to
to
warm
click?
up.
Do you have to click on? Okay, I see. There's like heart.
There's
Oh, there you
something.
go.
Well, I'm manually clicking.
Oh,
on
that's
these
right. You
things.
have to do like this. for
Look, I can
that.
actually click on
Ah.
these. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh! I didn't know.
Wow.
I can't remember what
So
you did.
if you go to that camera icon at the top and then you click on react, there's a pull down in reactions, and you can actually just click on each one of these. That's what it's letting me do. Okay. Learned something new today. Sorry for boring our watchers or live stream.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't think you could do that.
So
Nice.
I didn't know that either. There's also Studio Light. I see. You click on it and then there's a pull down. Okay. Learning some new things today.
I don't know what you did, like the studio
Oh,
light or
when I
whatever.
clicked that, yeah, that made the lights.
Yeah,
That kind of fixed that purple. I wonder if
Yeah.
I could do that green now. I bet I could.
it brought the studio lighting brought you more into frame.
I wonder if that makes
Nah, still sun there. Looks like a sun.
The green's still not good. Okay, but yeah, when I clicked on that, it does. You can see that looks
Psychedelic.
better. That looks better like that. Okay, there's a portrait. Let's see what portrait does.
I
It
think
makes it
Jennifer just
blurry.
did it. Yeah.
I don't see much of a difference if I click on portrait.
So
The
if you do
studio light.
portrait, so Madalyn, do portrait and then try the green light.
Okay,
It's still there.
no. I don't see a difference when I click on portrait. I only see it if I do studio light. The studio
Yeah,
light makes a difference. Studio lights I see what studio light does. It makes everything darker behind me and makes me more bright, which is what I
Yeah.
want. But I don't know why the reactions are not I have to manually press these. So I gotta be in the middle. Okay. So I
Yay!
just need to be in the middle of the screen. I think I was
Wow.
just way over.
We are psychedelic. Look at that.
I
Man.
figured out.
That's so cool.
This is so neat. But Jennifer, how do we do this balloons? What do you have to do to
I'm
make it
sitting
do
there trying to
balloons?
like figure that out. I
Because
did the balloons
the
one
hearts are
time.
cool. How do you do the heart?
The
Oh,
heart's
okay.
like that.
Oh,
My
man.
crippled ass hands trying to do a heart.
There it goes.
Come on. There it goes.
Um,
And then there's the rain, which is what I went through, last week with the hurricane. That's
Right.
cool. But I don't know what kind
I
of.
think it's 2 thumbs down for the rain.
There's a thumbs
maybe.
down one. No, that's the thumbs down when I press it manually. And this is the thumbs. Oh, maybe if you do one. Okay, let's try. Sorry for our live streamers that watch. We're geeking out over. It's a
Not
StreamYard.
doing either.
It is. You do so you do one or the other. Come on. Come on.
They're over there being meta.
We are. And then I guess your 2 thumbs up does the fireworks.
The fireworks.
The balloons one would be awesome.
The
I know,
balloons
I'm
are
about to
cool,
look
but
it
I
up.
don't know what. We'll have to go Google and find it because those balloons are cool.
I wonder if you got to make a circle, make a 0 or something with your hands.
Right.
So the only way we're able, Jennifer and I can do this is because we're both on Mac computers on an updated OS operating system. And I couldn't do it before on my Mac because the operating system was too old. That was why I couldn't do it. But now I can with this new laptop. So now I see that green button you're talking about at the top, Jennifer. I never saw that before. So this is pretty cool. We're having some fun with this today. I don't know what to do about this playing the video where the audio is not. I mean, the only other thing would be to reboot. I don't want to reboot my computer because it'll take. I could.
There it goes. Peace
The good
time.
thing about StreamYard is that with StreamYard, y'all will still be here if I. But I got the right settings, so that's why I'm not sure. Let me try a different video. me try a different.
The peace sign brought it up, Jennifer. I don't know if you just had to do one peace sign. No, try one.
The 2-piece sign's supposed to do just confetti.
Well, I mean, I just saw there's balloons.
There's balloons.
Peace sign is balloons.
Yeah.
All right, let me try this video real quick to
There's
see
the
if the
confetti.
audio is going to play right.
Item number 6.
Tangent bahoo.
Kratom.
Oh my God, it's playing the audio through my computer and not the headphones. Hold on a second. I know I have everything set up properly. Why would it be doing this?
Well, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go do that. I wonder if I should. I mean, my other computer's right in front of me. I wonder if I should just switch the gear over. Yeah, Carrie says the audio sounds good. The problem is I'm hearing it. I'm not hearing it in here. I'm hearing it from the speakers of the laptop, which is why y'all would hear that echo, because my microphone is picking that up. But it sounds weird to me too, with it not coming through my headphones. I mean, I guess the alternative is I could mute my mic. You know what? Let me try this. I'm a good troubleshooter. Hold on. We're going to figure this out. You put a roadblock in front of me, I will figure a way around it. That's another one of my superpowers. All right, let me go back to the podcast for the next snippet, and we're going to experiment and see if this is any better. This is what happens when you watch a live show. We are not scripted. We are not recording.
Not at all.
This is live.
Catch all the action.
That's right. I'm going to play the next snippet. I think if I just mute my mic, I still won't hear it through I'll have to hear it through the computer, but I think this will work. Was that echo bad or not really?
I don't know about the last time because I
don't think it'd be too bad because this
in
mic
another
doesn't pick up a
land.
lot of background noise, but let me try the next segment because I think I have a solution for now. So I'm just going to mute myself.
Found Jordan actually.
From New Hope
And-
Botanicals.
Yes, and he is a phenomenal man. Very good man. He was helping me answering all my questions because I didn't want to get
Is that
Kratom
okay?
from gas stations
Yeah.
anymore. And I did want to do extracts, but I didn't know how to come off and how to do Kratom right. And he was very helpful in steering me in the right direction on how to get off the extracts with a powdered extract and then slowly tapering off the powder extract to regular powder. And now I have to say that I take regular powder and I still take a little bit of the extract powder because I've been weaning off of the extract stuff for a while now. But I take mostly just Kratom powder, and that has got me clean for a long time. Before Jordan, I was 5 years of taking Kratom extracts and was just taking Kratom extracts. No, nothing else, just the Kratom. But Jordan really helped me to be able to come off the extracts and just take the normal Kratom, and that for the past about year or so, I've been taking just the normal Kratom, and that has been phenomenal and has helped me tremendously with my anxiety, my depression, with my addictions. And I really can't say anything more phenomenal about how a plant can really get you. I mean, I'm looking at buying houses. I'm looking at moving to Florida. I have a family now. I have a dog. I have
Wow.
a wife. Like, none of this would have been possible without it.
Isn't that amazing? What
It is.
an amazing story he has. For those that have not heard it yet, be sure to go check out. So Paul Peters, thank you for joining us. Yeah,
That's completely up to you, Paul.
you've come to the wrong place. So yeah.
That's a personal choice, I believe.
Yeah, I think you've worn out your welcome here. So we're gonna say goodbye to you. It's
God, get out
over
of your mom's basement, man.
It's over on my Facebook. It's like, yeah, if anybody's wondering like what we're talking about, well,
I think I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place, dude. There's a dude like talking about Viagra and other things that I was like, I wonder if it's over in my Facebook. It is. He's over at the Kratom Stories Facebook posting ridiculous stuff. So I thought, I better go look over there because what if it's coming from this? So yeah, I think I got him out. All right.
The trolls be trolling sometimes.
Trolls. Hey, look, the
Yeah.
trolls. boost our algorithm. So, the
It's
boosting-
entertaining too.
It
I
is
mean, it's always
entertaining.
entertaining to get one or two
Yeah.
in.
Jennifer, why did you have to comment about Dr. Pepper? Because I haven't had one today yet.
I
Now-
haven't either
out.
yet.
now it's on my brain, so I'm gonna have to go get me one. Because I meant to grab one before we started so I could be drinking it, but
I'm settling for a stupid monster. It's not the same.
I don't have any DPs, so I'm probably gonna
Y'all
go
don't
through
have-
withdrawal.
y'all don't have any Dr. Peppers?
No.
I ordered a whole bunch yesterday on Instacart. So I ordered like a case of them. I feel so bad. It's like, that's a lot of Dr. Pepper. I just don't want to run it. Listen, when you go through a hurricane and you have nothing for 8 days, it's like,
You don't
I
wanna
wasn't
run
prepared.
out.
I was not prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't think it was
No
going to come there.
ice. Like that's horrible not to have ice for ice
So,
water.
Not
Yeah.
having ice is, I like cold drinks. Okay. When
Mhm.
I went through a hurricane in 2008, and I didn't have electricity for 2 weeks. That was when I had a gas hot water heater, so at least I could shower for that one. But not having cold drinks is so hard for me. And you couldn't get ice anywhere. I remember with that one, it was just horrible trying to get ice. So with this one, our power goes out. It was July 8th, so it'll be 2 weeks on Monday. So that Monday, everybody loses power. By Wednesday, 2 days later, the Walmart right here had reopened, and they had the ice thing where you go buy the ice, and there were long lines. And I'm like,
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
man. So that didn't work on Tuesday. The next day, no, that was Wednesday. So then Thursday, it was either Thursday or Friday. It was a couple days later. And by now, more and more people were getting their power back. I still didn't have mine. I kid you not. It was one day, I think it was Thursday or Friday last week. 3 different times I went in there. I went one time in the morning. The whole ice case is empty, but there's one bag way at the bottom. And I just happened to see it. And I'm like, I'm buying this, man. I was so excited. And I had to go buy an ice chest. I downsized last year. So I had to buy
Right.
everything. So I got me an ice chest. They had one at Walmart. Get the ice. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have some cold drinks soon. Later in the day, I go back again. And same exact thing. They had gotten ice. One was left. And I just happened to be walking by, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm 2 for
You should
2.
have gotten
This
a
is
lottery
amazing."
ticket.
And there were other times I went back in there, and there would be lines of people trying to get ice. So then that evening, I'd gone to my sister's house, came back. I'm like, I better get some ice for the overnight. I'm going to need some ice for tonight and in the morning. So it's like late at night. I go in there, same scenario. There was one bag in there. And I'm like, what are the odds? 3 different times I come in here today, and there's one bag of ice just waiting. Like it was labeled for me. But what was crazy, and I had to go contact Walmart and complain to them. So this was the nighttime one. They had taped up the case like you could not open the case. They put all this tape on it and locked it up. But there was one bag of ice. So I said, I want to buy that bag of ice. Can you open it? I want to buy this. You have one bag of ice. No, they had 4 bags. Okay, wait. This was a different day. I know I did it 3 times one day. This was, I think, the day after. So this was probably last Saturday. Taped up, very bizarre. I can see there's 4 bags of ice, and I just want one. So I get a guy, the nearest guy, standing to it, and I said, "Can you open it up? I want to buy a bag of ice." Mind you, we've just dealt with a hurricane. Most of the city's without power. The dude said, this was like a 20-something-year-old dude. We're not selling ice right now. I said, you've got 4 bags right there. I just want one. The guy argues with me and saying, we're not selling ice right now. And I mean, no, that's the incorrect answer. So I just kept being very nice and not raising my voice, but dude, I've been without power, I want the bag of ice. I'm going to buy the bag of ice. So he didn't want to deal with me anymore. So then some other lady, and I said, I'd like to talk to the manager. He goes, I am the manager, which was BS. He was like 20-something years old. He just didn't want to deal with me. He's probably looking at me like a Karen. I'm not a Karen. I just tired of living with no electricity, no cold drinks, no AC. And I just want a bag of ice. And there's 4 of them right there. So some other lady came over to help me. And I said to her, look, I just want to buy this one bag of ice. Y'all should not be locking this up. And she goes, well, we're not selling them right now. I said, well, you need to open it and sell me one. So eventually they pulled off the tape and let me buy one. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Like, we are suffering, through this. Let it. If you don't have the ice, you don't have the ice. I totally understand, but you have it. You got 4 of them. I just want to buy one. I was just
Like they're
shocked.
trying to hoard it for themselves.
Yeah, like you're trying to buy all of them.
That's probably what it was. You know what? That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Probably some of the employees wanted to buy them and take them home, and they just did that. You know what? I didn't even think of that.
Or somebody probably called and said, hey, can you hold that bag of ice for me, man?
For a Walmart to do that, it was so inappropriate. So my sister says, go to the Facebook Messenger and complain to Walmart. I've done that before. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. So I did. I wrote this long thing, and they came back and go, do you have his name? I'm like, shoot, I didn't get his name. Like they wanted to know the person's name that said that to
Like
me.
you can probably see it on camera, damn it. I'll give you the time.
Yeah, no kidding. I know there's a camera right by the ice maker. Anyway, it was just so rude and inappropriate. The worst comes out in people, I think, when these kinds of things happen. And then you'll probably heard the stories about how the linemen coming from all over the U.S. to come help us. And there were these reports that they were being harassed and assaulted. And I mean, I don't know for sure, but it sounded like the stuff I was hearing online, it sounded like it was true, which is really pathetic and not a reflection of our city. But I know a lot of them are like, I'm never going back to that city, the way they're being treated. That's just ridiculous.
I saw those reports on X. I was like, they're like beating up the trucks with baseball bats,
doing all kinds of crazy things, and has nothing to do with them. This is because we're on some kind of private power grid in Texas. It's just a bunch of BS. And so, it's all privatized, all about them making money. So when we have these things happen, like the big freeze we had a few years ago that pretty much shut down the whole state, and then something like this where we lose electricity. We just had this huge thing a few months ago where half the city was without power. That weird tornado thing. Forgot the name. It was a weird name too, what they call it, with the sideways wind and rain. They're just not prepared for these things.
Oh, I picture
people are dying.
Forrest Gump.
They're freezing to death. They're dying from the heat.
Yeah.
All I picture is Forrest Gump whenever he's in that swamp or lake or something, and he's talking about all the different forms of rain.
Right. Craziness. So, all right, let's play some videos. Now that I got it like a whole system here where I'm just going to mute myself. So like it's the audio, I'll have to figure out later what's wrong with this and why it's not working properly. It's what happens when you switch to new gear. Anyway, this is a news report from St. Louis. Chesterfield City Council votes to regulate kratom, hemp-derived products, minors banned from buying. And, they just always have to add kratom to all of this hemp stuff and talk about it. Talk about it as if it's all the same, and we know it's not. So,
completely different.
Let's watch this.
Delta 8 and CBD are not regulated. They're technically not cannabis and are sold in smoke shops, vape stores, and gas stations across the state and the country. Well, tonight, Chesterfield is taking control, looking to add regulations to these products. Our John Kipper joins me now live to explain. John.
Yeah, Sam, that's right. Soon in the city of Chesterfield, you're going to have to be 21 years or older to buy any hemp-derived product. And these products can be similar to marijuana that's sold in regulated dispensaries. And that's one reason why those folks here at Green Dragon CBD say they've been doing ID checks since they opened.
That's been something that we've enforced since day one.
Matthew Jadwin, co-owner and CEO of Green Dragon CBD, says while their products such as these hemp-derived edible gummies or their kratom selection can benefit adults, kids should not be buying them.
No one under the age of 21 should be getting these products.
Monday, the city of Chesterfield etched that into law, stating you must be 21 years old to buy kratom or these hemp edibles. Those edibles are legally different than what's sold in marijuana dispensaries, as they have less than 3% of the Delta-9 THC, the chemical which gets you high. Kratom can elicit euphoria, energy, pain relief, or can relax you. Some use it to deter opioid use.
Now, here inside Green Dragon, they have educational materials that they show to customers, specifically ones that are less familiar with the products, all to make sure that the customers get the right dosage.
When somebody comes in, we're never steering anyone towards kratom.
Jadwin says kratom can be useful in the right circumstances, but it can be dangerous. First Story 4 spoke with Nick Stowe 5 years ago. His wife took kratom for pain and accidentally ingested too much.
This thing was supposed to help her, killed her.
St. Charles County regulated kratom afterwards. Now others are following.
Well, that's really driven law enforcement and the chiefs in the metro area to really try to figure out a way to get some regulations to protect kids from it.
Missouri lawmakers have considered changing state law to ban hemp-derived intoxicants or to further regulate them. Jadwin says the hemp industry is working with the lawmakers to regulate themselves to ensure they're not banned.
We're on the cutting edge of holistic medicine. And so finding the right path and doing it safely is important to us.
Now, there is one portion of the law that leadership here at Green Dragon CBD did not like. It's a portion that requires these products to be behind the counter. They say that may make sense in like gas stations, but here they say they constantly are supervising all customers and they do those ID checks. Customers walk in. Reporting live in Chesterfield, John Kipper, First Alert 4.
And John, we checked with Illinois. There's a law banning businesses from selling kratom to minors and possession. If you sell to someone younger than 18, the punishment is a misdemeanor.
I'm down for regulations.
Yeah.
100%.
But I'm surprised it's just a misdemeanor. That's what she just said at the end. So like, do a lot of those places take that seriously when they're like, let's just a misdemeanor?
I don't know. Like selling cigarettes and alcohol, I would think that the first offense would be misdemeanor, but
yeah.
Well, and there's specialty shops like that, or the smoke shops.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be 21 to walk in the door.
Right,
So
exactly.
there shouldn't be no kids
They're gonna
at
be
all,
on it.
period, coming in there. So
it used to be 18, but now it's 21 in my state. Yeah, I agree too, Scars. I mean, like I said, I'm always down for regulations. Regulate the hell out of kratom. You know, I'm so sick of advocating for this shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, 5 years of my life, 5 years of my brand new life. You know, I'm having to save what's saving me so I can save other people. You know, I'm just. If y'all don't know, we suffer from advocacy fatigue. It is not a joke. We literally suffer from that. And we gotta take a step back. You know, like for me, I still pay attention to what's going on, but I just don't put myself on Front Street as much when I go through those periods of freaking man.
yeah, well, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you have to keep up with. You know what I mean? There's
And it
stuff
just
that
pops up
changes
all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Just like today, you know, one of my Google alerts popped up. So now this is coming from Connecticut Department of Public Health. So somebody somewhere has to have had to have sent an email blast to all departments of public health, you know, because we just went through that shit with the Illinois Department of Public Health, you know, which they took their Instagram post down. They didn't post it anywhere else. It was on Instagram, or at least I couldn't find it anywhere else. You know, but they did eventually take their fucking copy and paste shit from the FDA post down. You know,
I'm surprised, but I'm glad.
Yeah.
And then today I see the Connecticut Department of Public Health. Well, you know, like what? This straight up same shit the Illinois Department of Public Health just posted. So somebody somewhere, there had to have been an email blast that was sent out.
To all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Another shady thing that the FDA or somebody at Big Pharma would do. You know, it's almost like Tall Cop is behind all this, but I don't know.
I always think of that whenever we talk about email blasting like that. I'm like, I wonder if it's them.
Yep.
Could be.
I wonder too.
Hey, look what Sam says. You know who I saw browsing my TikTok? Kratom Dangers. So I blocked her.
Ooh.
Always block the haters. You come across the haters, just
block 'em.
Stop bothering trying to convince them. You are not going to change their mind, just like they are not going to change our mind.
Yeah.
So it's just best to block them. Block and move on.
Great advice, because it is not worth it. They don't listen. They don't want to listen. They're never going to listen.
They play
Just like
dirty
we're not
too.
gonna-
That'd be reporting
They
videos
do.
and stuff.
They do. It's
They do. They play
pathetic
dirty.
because, like, don't those people have something better to do with their lives? Like, take that passion and energy of what you went through with your loved one to something positive for positive change instead of this negative stuff they do. It's just, it's senseless. It's absolutely senseless.
It's what I did when I went from 11 years of active addiction. When I caught myself abusing kratom in the beginning, I switched that into positive habits, you know? So these grieving family members, like, I feel for them. Like, I honestly, truly do. I feel for them, but they don't give a rat's ass about it saving anybody's life. Like bullshit we're going through in New Jersey right now. You know, like, that's another thing. Like, are you going to play that one, or did we play that one last week? Man.
We played it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That dude, her son had a whole slew of pharmaceuticals in his system.
He sure did. Plus medical issues. Like, enough medical issues with that alone being a problem.
Yep.
When you combine medical issues and all these pharmaceuticals, that spells disaster.
He was a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, and you can't just say, I believe it was kratom that killed him.
No,
like, just
that's so
because you
wrong.
believe it doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
More
Carrie.
passion, more passion. More injury, more injury. So true.
More passion, more energy, more passion. I don't know if you guys seen those TikToks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I've got an interesting video to show next, and it's not short. This one is 8 minutes and 32 seconds. And believe me, it kind of reminds me of like when that kid with this stupid video, this lady makes all kinds of crazy remarks. Misty has been on there commenting. At least she was, that Shay Rowbottom.
Yeah.
At least she was very respectful with your comments.
Yes, exactly.
She had haters in there going off on you, but her video we have to show and talk about because, man, she says a lot of stuff that's just not true. I mean, she doesn't come off like she has these evil intentions.
Right.
I think she's misinformed.
Yes.
And it really shows in how she commented to you several times.
I did make one TikTok video about what she said, but I didn't go all hard and mean and stuff like that because she was respectful to me in the comments.
Yeah,
the
it's
other
just misinformed.
motherfuckers can fly into their shit.
So I have a feeling it's going to be like when we watched that dumb kids video and we had to stop every couple of seconds to talk about it because it was like, because it was one of those. So I feel like this might take a while. Although, I mean, gosh, it's already 2:15. We've been on here for over an hour, and we still also have Tangapahoa Parish and the Board of Health. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to watch today. I mean, I know we've just been having all kinds of other conversations. Are y'all good with this? Or
I'm
do you want me to save this one? Because I know we want to watch Tangapahoa and Needham. Okay. But this Shay, I mean, you want me to just save this one for last then? I mean, I don't know. It's not good that this one has to be watched and talked about.
The girl?
Yeah, this girl.
Yeah,
so if y'all are good on time, then
I'm good on time. Yeah. I always I dedicate a whole afternoon pretty much for today.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But we definitely got to talk about the Tangipahoa Parish one because that meeting is coming up on Monday.
And the Needham, Massachusetts. I mean, we've got, some ones to watch and talk about. Okay. Yeah. Let's watch this one together. We'll probably have to stop quite a bit because she just says, but look at the thumbnail. Kratom 101, a cautionary tale. Danger. Oh my God. Does that already set it up enough? Just seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about kratom. What is kratom? In this video, I'm going to break down not only what it is.
So I already feel like she's being like that YouTuber kid, right? I'm a YouTuber wannabe because I make all these cool videos and I want to make my living being a YouTuber. I don't know. I don't really know.
Break it down.
But it comes off just like that 20-year-old something kid that was like so animated, like he had to have been an acting student or something, just trying to get the views, right? And we know he paid for he had like 2 million views of that crazy video, which he paid for because he's not that popular. But I just, as soon as it started, I'm like, doesn't she just remind you of that kid? Like,
let's
get super
She's
animated.
got that whole persona, the YouTube persona.
But that kind of just seems to be that YouTube. A lot of people now are like saying, when I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, my youngest says that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, well,
It's,
buddy.
it's a thing. It's a thing. And
Yeah.
the ones that make real money are few and far between. But yeah, I just had to like pause it, go, yeah, she kind of reminds me of that kid, because it's like that bubbly, I'm a YouTuber wannabe.
But how this can be a very sneaky addiction and dangerous substance for many people. And see a little of my own experience included. Kratom is technically called Mitrogynea speciosa. It is an herbal leaf that is native in Southeast Asia, commonly referred to as kratom. They say that it's technically in the coffee family and can have some stimulant-like effects, but also the opposite. I don't know. It's weird. So you can take these leaves and make them into a tea. You can chew them, etc. Ultimately, it is a drug, and it has been used in herbal medicine since.
It is not a drug, Shay. You are incorrect.
It's
Not a
like
drug.
she just got done saying it's a tea leaf.
Yeah.
She just got done saying that, but it's a drug.
It's a drug.
Ultimately, it's a drug.
And Sam's saying, why is she laughing while talking? Because she's a YouTuber wannabe. This is what this is what they all do. They're like, if I have this bubbly personality, like I'm an actor or actress, you know, people will love me. And
it's like,
and
I
watch
don't
my
take
videos.
anything that people are trying, if they're trying to teach me something and they're like kind of like that, it's like, how are you supposed to take that seriously?
I'm serious. No.
He also says another molecule.
Molecule
Molly.
Molly.
Yeah, she kind of is.
There's
Yeah,
five. Yep.
this is an interesting one.
At least the 19th century, but you may have noticed has gained some steam and some popularity in the United States throughout the past 10 years. Especially the past 5 years, you're seeing more and more of these kava bars. Love the kava bars. Kava bars. So what's a kava bar? Okay, kava, also a plant, not the same as kratom. So what is kava? Because these bars that promote kava sales actually usually sell kratom. So kava is another plant, a crop native to the Pacific Islands. It's milder than kratom. It has more of like sedating effects. Usually what you'll hear when you walk into a kava bar and you talk to the kava tender, like they will tell you that kratom is more strong. Kratom, you're more likely to feel it. Kratom, you're more likely to be addicted to it, etc. So kava is a little more mild. I'm not really going to focus on that in this video. It's a good substitute for alcohol for those who quit drinking. But kratom, super interesting. So here is my journey with kratom and my thoughts. So I quit drinking alcohol about a year ago. I was not an alcoholic. I just kind of got over it. I was just like, I had this mild hangover one morning last summer and I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm done. I just don't care. My fitness has become too important to me and I didn't want to be hungover at the gym. So I quit drinking. But a few months later, I was hosting this guy in my Airbnb. He actually booked it for a month. So I was seeing him quite a bit and we kind of became friends. He was like super goofy, super funny. And he kept trying to get me to go out drinking with him. And I kept telling him like, dude, I don't drink. But then I was like, you know, there's this kava bar down the street. Like I would try that. Like, let's go this Friday. So we went, I got the whole spiel, kava, kratom. I was like, yeah, give me a kratom. That sounds more fun. So that's how my kratom journey started. And it was fun. I would have one to feel a little buzz, be like, okay, this is kind of nice. And it's not like alcohol where you get like inebriated. You know what I mean? Kratom, it's like you're clear. You can have a conversation. You're focused. A lot of people drink kratom to actually do work. And there's different strains of kratom, right? Like there's the extract, which I always found was a little more strong. There's red, green, white. White will give you the most energy. Green will be the most sedating. And green is kind of like an in-between. So it just kind of became something fun for me to do on the weekends, and I didn't think much of it.
So it's fun for her to do on the weekends.
So it became recreational for her?
It sounds like it. It sounds like this was a recreational thing.
Yeah, it sounds like she was already into kava and she just tried kratom at the kava bar. Yeah.
Kelly says so. You were an addict to start. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Its comments are great. All right, let's keep watching. It's an interesting video.
Honestly was just like, I'm not an addict. I've never really had a huge substance abuse issue. I've been very careful my whole life to avoid things like pills, Percocets, snorting cocaine, never done heroin, never had a needle in me. Like, just very conscious of like, I don't want to get physically addicted to anything, because things that are physically addictive are a lot harder to kick, right? I always opted for the things that were more mental, you know, like marijuana. You can smoke that and not get physically addicted. It was more of like a mental addiction. So something super funny happened. It was like, I started drinking Kratom more and more. I started to notice like, man, instead of just going on like a Friday, a Saturday, it'd be like a random Wednesday, I'd be like, I'm gonna like go get a Kratom right now. Like, plus I was making friends at the bar and it was fun. So the whole time I'm doing this, I'm not really aware that Kratom activates your opioid receptors. Like, Kratom is an opiate.
It's not an opiate, dude.
That part is what got me. That part right there is where I made that.
You commented on her YouTube on that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know.
Here's your screenshot right here, Jennifer. Here's your thumbnail screenshot right there.
But it's like, dude,
Sorry.
you know, she's in, you know, in it for the whole
social environment.
There you go. She's in it because she's making friends at the Kava bar, and you know, she's going out and doing something, and so I mean, you know, I don't just like sense. And also, it's
but Kratom is not an opiate. It does not come from the poppy family. You know.
And I mean, you know,
misinformed. She's completely
I could see if she was like, you know, I was I don't know, you know, alcohol starts that way. You know, you drink it on the weekends and it turns into every weekend, then it turns, you know, then it turns into the weekdays. But it's like, you know, what she's describing is she's addicted to the social habit.
Yeah.
Her social habit.
Right.
When she
that's
was
that whole environmental addiction that happens that people don't even realize that's, you know, like I always say all the time, you know, like in the chronic pain community, you might not be addicted to the pills itself, but you're addicted to the environment. You're addicted to going to the doctors. You're addicted to talking to your doctor. You know, you're addicted to getting the script in your hand. You're addicted to going to the pharmacy and sitting there waiting. You know, so you might not be addicted to the substance itself. It's environmental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she was, you know, she went and bought powder and mixed, you know, started taking it at home. Like, she's still
like
going
Travis.
out. Travis.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim. I should call him Tiny Tim.
I sure did stop this at a good spot because I mean this is like perfect right here. Kratom
Yeah,
is
did
an
you get the
opiate.
screenshot?
Not.
Got it.
Okay, good. All right, let's continue.
I didn't really even know that. Like, I was not properly educated. And so it was funny because I only got to the point where I started drinking it like every day about 4 or 5 months in because
I was trying to, I'm having to do two screens. I unmuted myself because I wanted to stop and I couldn't get to the screen fast enough to stop.
She acts
I
like
don't like how she laughs. Let me back up.
Yeah.
God, this pisses me off when she started laughing about
Well, she
it.
actually, she's like, so obviously I wasn't educated about it, but you just said in the beginning of the video that you educated yourself on it. You know what I'm saying? She acted like her freaking
It's like it's a joke to
Airbnb
her.
buddy was, you know,
Yeah. And titling it Kratom 101, that's like titling courses in college, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, hold on.
I get the part where
I
she's
wish
really
this
laughing.
said that was a better face.
more. I started to notice, like, man, instead of just going on like a Friday, a Saturday, it'd be like a random Wednesday, I'd be like, I'm gonna like go get a Kratom right now. Like, plus I was making friends at the bar and it was fun. So the whole time I'm doing this, I'm not really aware that Kratom activates your opioid receptors. Like, Kratom is an opiate. I didn't really even know that. Like, I was not properly educated. And so it was funny
That laugh
because
right there, that's what
I
pisses
only
me off.
got to the point where I started drinking
It's
it
like, oh, this is so
every
funny.
day about 4 or 5 months in because I hurt my back. So I hurt my back and I couldn't go to the gym, which sucked because the gym like is my preferred drug.
Poor baby.
But I couldn't go to the gym, and Kratom is also a painkiller. So I was like, screw it. I started going to the Kratom bar every day, drinking Kratom all the time. But I'd still take like a day or two off here or there. And I noticed something interesting. Like, I couldn't sleep. on the days I didn't have it. And I thought it was unrelated. I started to notice these like weird, like restless feelings in my body that I was attributing to some other traumas that I'm processing. So I was like, okay, this is why I can't sleep. I don't know. And then I started hearing stories. Yeah, like I started meeting people around the bar who would go just for either the kava or for the social aspect of the kava community bars, but they didn't drink kratom anymore. And I started to like find people who had these like horror stories about quitting kratom. It started to like scare me. I started to have dreams about like kratom being this like demonic entity that was like,
gosh.
What in the hell?
What the hell was that?
Dude, this lady.
And her special
Wow.
effects on the screen, you know, like she's just, I hope people are not watching this and thinking they're getting educated on kratom from this ridiculous video.
How much you want to bet she still goes to that cob bar all the time?
Yeah.
I bet she does.
Yeah.
Bet it.
I bet
And
she does.
You know, the whole, I don't know. Whenever you take anything away that you drink, if you, dude, I don't drink coffee anymore because I, you know, had to stop drinking it one day. I couldn't drink it before I went somewhere. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired of feeling like this every morning. You know, I'm just going to not drink it when it's time to, you know. And I mean, I did drink it last week and I craved it like right away. You know,
It
coffee
activated your opioid receptor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why am I sitting here thinking about coffee? I only drank it this one time in like, you know, 3 months. But, you know, she's just describing, you know, your body getting used to something and taking it away right away.
She's describing dependency.
Yeah.
Right. But I think Angela says it best. I think she needs to see a professional.
Oh, definitely.
Agree.
Yeah. She's got a little bit of.
And Sam was
stuff
asking
going
how
on.
many views does this video have?
Probably a lot.
743. No, 743.
Okay.
It's not that many, and her YouTube channel has a little over 7,000 subscribers. So it just goes back to, it comes off like she's a wannabe YouTuber. She doesn't normally do videos about kratom. I think it's just more fitness or whatever. But it's just, she's so misinformed. We're only 5 minutes in. We got 3 more minutes to go. So yeah, let's keep going.
That's
trying to like break its way into all of our hearts and like kill us. Yo, it was insane. So I kind of started to get signs that I was like, whoa, I should like be careful. I've been drinking more and more of this, right?
Oh
Plus,
my
tolerance was
God.
going up, okay?
What are we watching? What is you can't help but laugh. You can't help but laugh. If anybody that's arrived to watch this and you didn't catch from the beginning, the one thing we started off saying is we feel she's very misinformed because when this video came out 11 days ago, Misty went into the comments of this YouTube video to respond. And the girl was very gracious, very, very nice to you, Misty. Like she was not a hater.
Yeah.
She was very neutral and I was quite impressed. And then when you got attacked by the haters in the comments, she came and defended you. So it just...
So we're not, Shay, if you happen to watch this later, we're not hating on you.
We're not hating on you.
If you would like to come aboard on our StreamYard, we will happily educate you. We will give you the Kratom 101.
Absolutely. All right, let's keep going. I'm sorry, it's just slow transition because I have to go between 2 screens to mute myself so y'all don't
echo.
So I'm drinking like up to 100 milligrams a day.
I hit the mute too quick.
And then this was really the wake up call for me was when I went and saw a friend of mine who's like a health coach, holistic healer type lady. And I said, hey, you know, like, what do you think of kratom? And she was like, oh, it's legal heroin.
Oh my God. If she's a holistic person and called it legal heroin, that she is not very good at her trade. Just saying.
I think that's the screenshot for you. Let me get back to that again.
That is
hey, you know, like, what do you think of kratom? And she was like, oh, it's legal heroin.
Is that a better screenshot for you for the thumbnail? That's a good one.
I like that one.
Man, they even got the shit in the background. What? That's
I know, a needle, white powder on a spoon, a lighter.
What?
None of that is kratom.
if you want to be technical, Shay, legal heroin is synthetic pain pills.
Yeah. Yeah. The Percocets, the Oxycontin, the
Yeah.
Oxycodone, the things we were prescribed, FDA approved for pain management by our doctors for many, many years.
It's like, what kind of holistic, person
would tell? Well, yeah. Who would say?
It's like
you,
man.
Bring your holistic friend on here as well. We'll teach both of y'all.
Yeah, she reminds me of Emmy. I think that's why I don't like her.
Well, it's just this younger generation. They're all about clicks and views on every social media
she's
platform.
just quoting the same shit she's reading on like the first page of Google. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she's already put in bold print that kratom is an opiate. That is legal heroin. It's none of these things. So all she's doing is spreading all of this misinformation that we work so hard to, turn around, because people like her and others, whether they do it intentionally, I don't think she does intentionally, because, we see how the haters are. They're very intentional.
Yep.
If it wasn't for those comments on her commenting on Misty's comments, then we would assume she's a hater. But no, she was very gracious and kind to Misty in her YouTube comments. So it just really comes off like, okay, she had a bad experience with using kratom, because on her own accord, it was her doing. And if she wants to call it addiction, okay, she's her own person. If that's how she feels it was, that's her own doing. She chose that route. But to demonize this plant, she doesn't understand how this affects the rest of us.
Exactly.
This is our life, and she's affecting that by putting out this kind of information. So let's keep watching, because there's more.
And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, it's like legal heroin. Why do you think all of these kava bars and all this has gotten so popular the past 5 years, Shay? It's like the opioid crisis. Hello, these people in recovery or just looking for, they need somewhere to go. And I was like, whoa, I feel like I might be addicted. Like, I've been having weird sleep on the day.
Okay. I mean,
I can't even respond to this.
I mean, like,
look at that screenshot. Oh my God. Oh, go ahead.
I survived the first opioid crisis epidemic. So, and Florida was like the epicenter of the whole epidemic when because in Florida, all you had to do was show up at a not even a doctor's office. You show up somewhere, tell them you got pain, they send you somewhere to go get an x-ray, and then bam, there's your proof that you need to be prescribed 360 Oxycontins a month, So I have no hate towards Florida opening all these kratom/kava bars at all, But I survived that whole situation of the overprescribing epidemic, Shay. Whoa. I forgot where I was even going with that. But,
Yeah, I can see everybody in the comments are getting quite riled up by this. So we still got a few more minutes of this video, but
yeah, outlet malls. Yep, Sam. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was crazy, and today I say this all the time too. Today's chronic pain patients have no idea how easy it was back in the day. You stubbed a toe, you got 120 perks a month. You farted wrong, you got 60 morphines. It was easy. It was so easy.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s were such a different time when it came to the narcotics. Very easy to get. All right.
After we're done, Madalyn,
I am physically.
After we're done, we should figure out so that you could troubleshoot again.
Yeah.
This whole audio situation. I know it's bugging you.
I know I'm going to figure out how to fix this, but I realized I was playing it and I forgot to put it on the screen. This is adding a whole new layer of messing me up. Normally, y'all know I'm on top of this stuff,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm having to mute and unmute myself, go to a whole nother screen to stop and start YouTube. And then I realized I forgot to, because, I brought it down on the screen. I got it. And you know what? Something is messed up here because every time I bring it down, now it makes me reopen it. That's messing me up. So,
It's also crazy she didn't even think about addiction until someone told her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, now,
Right.
and she even says like, oh, I think I'm addicted now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Sleep on the days I don't drink it. I feel like I can't sleep. And she was like, yeah, like sounds like withdrawals. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am physically addicted to this shit. It all makes sense now. Laying in bed at night, not being able to sleep, the itchiness. I had this like restless like feeling and my muscles were like sore. And I'm like laughing to myself. I'm like, did I just accidentally become a heroin addict?
Oh my goodness gracious.
What?
Accidentally become a heroin addict. I can't even.
Ooh, if I had been someone that was struggling with like heroin addiction for years, I would be so pissed at her for saying that. That just dismisses anything that somebody's worked hard to
Misty,
overcome.
we have a mission for you if you choose to accept. You've connected with her in the comments. You need to get her to come on and let us educate her, because she'd probably love to be on the live stream. She really comes off like she loves video. She needs some education. And I don't know if you saw the comment. Let me see if I can find the one a little while ago from Kelly. Here it is. She said, nice or not, this is wrong, and she needs to be called out for it. It hurts her if it hurts her feelings, then she needs to stop. She needs to retract this. Until then, I have zero respect and will treat her as such. I agree. I mean, this is, is this more for clicks and views? Like, what is this really about?
It's about like her personal experience, but she's throwing stuff in there that shouldn't be brought. Like, she's changing up the way that it should be perceived, and she's throwing up facts that aren't true to make her ordeal seem like it was really bad. Like, it was as bad as a heroin addiction, for God's sakes. Get out of here.
I'm with you guys. Someone who survived heroin addiction should be pissed off about this, because how many people in those kratom kava bars survived heroin addiction? Now they're thriving and surviving in life. They're able
100%.
to
She's going in there going, oh my God, I just realized I was also addicted to heroin. I was like, dude.
That was a great impression.
That's wild.
That was very good.
I mean, that blew.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
After this, I'll go back in her comment section and invite her. I'll do that.
I'm not concerned. Like, she's not normally in her videos talking about these kind of things. So I don't think she's going to keep doing these kind of videos, but she's just so misinformed in her community. Even though it only has 700 views in the last 11 days that she did this video, still, if these are people that look up to her and see her a certain way, they're going to listen to everything she said and be like, oh my God, and go around spreading that misinformation. And that's how these things snowball.
Like, that word gets thrown around so much nowadays. Like, of course she's going to, it just gets thrown around way more than it should. And
she wasn't addicted. Her body became dependent on, I don't know, so she had to be mixing kratom and kava, So how do we know that her
she's not going off on kava?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what? She goes to the kava bar and she's just drinking kratom. I mean, she had to have been going there for her to have those withdrawals the way she described it. She had to have been drinking kratom massive amounts every day for a period of time.
I guarantee you she was like going and drinking a cup or two every day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, probably more than that for her to have any kind of like supposed withdrawals like that, because I know so many people that took kratom every day for years and they didn't have any withdrawals.
Yeah.
So she had to have been drinking quite a bit of it. Yeah, exactly. Misty's a great example. Sam says she probably felt some withdrawals and assumed she was now a heroin addict. Yeah.
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 Get out.
Yeah. But she didn't ever go off on kava at all. At all.
Kava
this-
is so accepted, like especially if
I
you go
know.
on the Kava TikTok side. You know, they
Yeah.
even give their babies kava. You know, in
Really?
their culture, yes, they give it to their babies, their toddlers, what have you. Nobody bats an eye on that.
Interesting. Okay. We still got 2 more minutes of this video. So let's keep going.
Life to not get physically addicted to anything. This is why I avoided this. And here I am in my bed, like restless leg syndrome. I can't believe this. I'm actually having withdrawals from Kratom.
Oopsie.
Oh my goodness. And it had been months at this point since I'd gone like a full week without it. So I actually ended up coming to Key West for a retreat and decided, you know what? I gotta quit this for good. Yeah, the first week was a little rough. I didn't sleep great, but once I got over the week mark, especially once I got over the 2-week mark, I was fine. I wasn't doing huge doses of Kratom, and that alone was enough to affect me physically. So yeah, it's really
Liar. That's all I wanted to unmute myself and
Recovery
say.
update though too. It's like
That I tell you, if more people in our community watch this, they're going to be so pissed at her. I mean, she is dogging on so many people whose lives have been saved by this.
Were they using Kratom extracts in the kava bar?
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have not gone to a kava bar yet. You know, it should be coming up on the horizon soon.
I've seen the videos and stuff of kava bars, but they usually have the powder that they're, mixing it with the drinks.
Because they actually make the tea form of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. More like the traditional.
And I've tried kava. You know, the way I explain kava is it's like being drunk without the drunkenness, without the whole double vision, and making stupid decisions.
I just hadn't had any luck with it.
It's definitely a calming, relaxing type of feeling.
I haven't tried it yet. All right, let's keep watching.
really interesting medicine. I do enjoy it. Have heard mixed reviews from people. Some people are super sensitive. Some people I know at the bars, they drink it every day and then they go to Europe for a month and they're fine. So ultimately the choice is yours. I would say do some research, look into it. My mistake was not really knowing that it was an opiate. And had I known that, I might have just never tried it to begin with because I've always been really conscious in my life to avoid anything I could get physically addicted to. So if that scares you and you still want to be part of the kava bar community, you can always drink kava. I do think that's like relatively safe. And even kratom, like it is a fun medicine. It's a fun experience. I myself am not saying I'll never do it again. I just think once in a while, be very careful to not make it a weekly, especially like daily habit where you start doing it all the time and increasing your dosage, et cetera, because it does have physically addictive components. So that's my story about how I accidentally got a little taste, small taste of what it would be like to be a heroin addict. And wow, so grateful I never went down that road. Do your research, folks, and if this video was helpful in educating you about the kava community and specifically kratom, please like this post and subscribe to the channel.
Dude,
I do not like
Oh my God.
Dude. I got a taste of being a heroin addict. Man.
Did you suck the D's to get some more kratom? Like, no, heroin will have you doing shit.
Man. That was effed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's an 8.5 minute video. I knew it would take us a while to watch. I just can't believe the kind of things. But the way she delivers it, it's like, let me get all the clicks and views I can.
She's never been through anything hard in her life, obviously. No. You know what?
It's like, I mean, you can equate kratom addiction, plain leaf powder. You can equate that to having the actual green tea addiction or black tea addiction or coffee addiction. If you want to throw the word addiction around like that.
Yeah.
She's addicted to going to the gym. She gets high going to the gym.
Maybe that's why she couldn't sleep, because she wasn't using her energy up during the day and she was used to going on that old routine.
But then to like do that thing showing like recovery, like she went into recovery.
Yeah, like recovery update.
Man.
It's like, dude, oh, that's just anybody that's ever been addicted to any substance that just rubs you the wrong way.
I have one addiction. It is this. And I'm not joking. I drink.
Yeah.
I do the minis. I don't want to drink a whole one, but I drink these I drink one every day. I cannot not do it. I try to not do it. I don't like having addiction issues. I mean, yes, when I was a teenager, I smoked cigarettes and I stopped. I was addicted. I smoked for years. And then the doctor said, you really need to stop because this is going to cause you a lot of problems when you're older. And I did. I quit cold turkey, which I didn't think I could ever do.
My gosh.
Because I smoked like most of high school into my 20s.
I smoked 20 years.
And then of course when you go drinking, oh my God, that's so hard to not smoke.
Oh, right? Yeah.
I know.
And that was the hardest part of quitting, because when I quit, it was I think 1989 or 1990. When I quit, I just went down one less cigarette a day till I got to one a day. And then I'm like, okay, I can do this. I had to not go to bars for months.
Yeah.
Because that was always, because you know how it'd be like, you go to the bar and then you like smoke a whole pack in one night. Like, and the next day you're like, why did I do that? Gross. And I was able to fully stop and then piss off my friends, because after I got through that hump of not going to bars for a while, when I went back, I remember like, oh man, I want to have cigarettes. So I remember one time I did. But then I didn't go back. Like I got to the point where I could just do it at the bars with my friends while we're out drinking, and then not smoke any other time. So it'd just be more of a casual thing. And all my smoker friends are like, I hate you. I can't believe you just only smoke when we're at the bar drinking and you don't smoke any other time. I'm like, I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I can do that now. Like if I'm with, not when I'm drinking, obviously I don't drink, but whenever we're together as a group of friends and someone lights up a cigarette, every now and then I'm like, hey, go ahead and give me, and I can do that. But I could not have done that, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Like I loved smoking, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to stop.
Yeah.
So to do it cold turkey, you are tough. I used to vape.
Yeah, I know, Sam. They just hate on me because they were jealous that I could just I could stop smoking, but then get to the point where I could just smoke at a bar and then not smoke any other time. Like that'd be the only time I would do it. And it wasn't all the time. So I don't know. They were just jealous because they couldn't do that. They couldn't get themselves to do that.
Do you want to read my comments from there?
Yeah, let me see if I can bring that back up. Yeah, I'm sorry that this is just not as smooth. Being on this laptop it's a very different experience for me with the behind the scenes stuff. But
And I really
it's
can't
just
say.
it's just a little slower. But yeah, let me pull up the comments. I'll show them. She has 26 comments on this video.
I haven't went back and looked, so.
But y'all will see she was very gracious.
Yeah.
In these comments. So
totally different from her on camera.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, when I was looking at that, Misty, I was shocked. I was not expecting the graciousness that she gave you. I was shocked. So let me bring this up. I mean, if anybody's watching on their phone, I know it's going to be small. So I'll read Misty's comment and then her reply. So Misty says, this was 10 days ago. I was addicted to FDA-approved pain pills, benzos, and muscle relaxers for 11 years straight. I got fired from chronic pain management in April 2019. After that, I went to the streets and started doing cocaine while I was searching for a new pain management doctor. In 2019, while in cocaine withdrawal, I watched the documentary A Leap of Faith. My journey with Kratom began the very next day. Kratom shut down that I need one more snort, one more pill, one more escape noise off in my brain. It allowed me to work on my whys of addiction. I have not been back to pain management in 5 years. I love when you put that line in your stuff because I'm the same. I have not been to pain management in 5 years. It's a nice feeling.
It's a flex.
It really is. I am a functioning member of society again. I am a thriving mother again. I'm no longer a burden to my kids. I will be forever grateful and thankful that I accidentally found lab tested plain leaf powder kratom. I now pass on my journey, wisdom, and science to help those struggling with addiction, chronic pain, anxiety, and depression. I love this. Yours truly, Kratom advocate / activist from Colorado, established 2019. That was so well said. And by the way, when I struggle to read, it's because of the glasses. Y'all don't know, and I know it's really hard for me on the TikTok when I'm trying to read the comments when I make a video because the print is so small. So these are trifocals. You can't tell, but and the thing is, with the way my eyesight is such a small, I can't see all, everything. You have to have it pinpoint because both my eyes are different. They're never the same prescription. Everything is always out of whack. And I mean, if I'm not in this one exact spot, everything's blurry. So
you got a little window.
It is so hard it's been like this probably. God, this all started a long time ago, probably almost 20 years. So it's really hard and it's frustrating. So whenever y'all see me struggling, the print is so small. And so I have such a tiny window, it can be hard. So this is Shay's response. And this is what really surprised me. She says, "You're not alone. I have also met many people and heard stories about those in recovery who kratom helped greatly." Why didn't she say that in the video? Did she say that? I don't recall hearing her say that in the video. "I also met a lot of people who got hooked and had trouble quitting. Everyone's journey is different, and these medications don't affect everyone the same. Do what works for you, and thank you for sharing your story!" ! So I'm like, okay, that was very balanced, and she comes off as I see both points, both sides, both points of views, and then further down, you said kratom is not an opiate. Putting kratom in the same category as heroin is asinine. And you got this one idiot who just kept going off on you. Let's see. Oh, are those comments gone now? Did they? Oh, maybe she because there was that one guy who was real negative. I don't see them anymore. Oh, maybe she took them down. Because there was that one guy that just kept going off on you and calling you names and stuff. It was so rude.
What's the name of her channel?
It is
Shay
Rowbottom. Shay Rowbottom. So her response to that one was, she replied back to Misty and says, "I'm sorry for how nasty people are on here. Don't listen to them. If you're finding positive effects and have a good relationship with kratom, only you are able to determine that. I'm very sensitive and didn't need it. This is only my story and a single perspective. Everyone is different, and everyone on here attempting to bully her for her own personal health choices, back off and stop judging. It does nothing to help anyone." I was impressed by that too, but she must have deleted, because I remember even looking at this, I think yesterday, there was this one hater, and he was really going off on you, Misty. And
it says kratom produces some of the same feelings as an opiate. You sound like someone who's addicted to kratom and not willing to accept that.
And there was another one too. I remember there's something else, kind of like a name calling type of comment.
Oh, she probably did delete that one then.
I think so.
And then someone else commented saying, yes, kratom is an alkaloid with opiate-esque effects, which is correct.
Yes.
As in pain relief.
Oh, Sam's asking what are trifocals. So basically, with the glasses, like you see somebody bifocals and you can see like the line, you can see like they're up top, and then the bottom is like the up close. It's like they're wearing reading glasses, like half their glasses are reading glasses. So trifocals is like that to the next extreme. So I have a strip at the top for distance. I have the one in the middle more for computer, and the bottom, which is, the up close if I was on my phone.
I know those glasses were expensive.
Yeah, sadly they're expensive, and I always have to do them I try to stretch it out as long as possible, but basically my eyes will change like once a year. It's ridiculous because they're always changing. It's a drag. So I try to go as long as I can until everything's so blurry it bugs the crap out of me. And the prescription sunglasses, I definitely wait till every other time, because then that just adds more costs but I do like, but these are my new ones. So actually I got so these are my new computer glasses. I actually just got them this week, and these are my new regular glasses. I know sometimes I'm wearing these when I do my TikToks, but I usually have to have my computer glasses on because looking at the screen with my regular glasses hurts, because the strip on this for the trifocals is so small down here. I can barely see anything up close on those.
I think that's the only thing on my whole body that works the way it should is my eyes. No kidding. I just now thought about that. I'm like, well,
I wish that was the case for me. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. But
yeah, my mom tried to cheap out on her trifocals, and they're all scratched up and stuff. She has to go get some more before time. I can't imagine like getting used to wearing trifocals though. Like,
it's hard. Trifocals are very different. Like, it's one thing when it was like the bifocals start, like it's not that big of a deal because there's so much more room for them to, you have a big part up front and the small part in the bottom, but when you're trying to take glasses and put it into threes, and they always get them wrong. Like, actually, when I went to the eye doctor for this new prescription, it was months ago. I mean, it kind of probably went 3 or 4 months ago. It took forever to get these right. When they first did these, it was actually this frame, but they couldn't get the lenses to work right. So then we switched to this frame, and he's like, well, I think I can get these cut and fit into this frame. And it was such a nightmare, and it takes forever. And it's like, it's always a pain in the ass. So I miss having decent eyesight. It sucks. But I catch myself on TikTok because I do so many of those videos where I reply, like I do the comment, read the comment and reply to them as a video. And I'm always struggling to read them. I'm like, God, people probably think she can't read.
I don't even notice.
I sit here and I try. The print is so small on TikTok. And here on YouTube, trying to read these comments, is really small in here too. Like, I really struggle. But it is what it is. So I just thought, you know what? If anybody's wondering why I sometimes struggle to read this stuff, let me preface by saying it's my damn eyesight. All right. So y'all want to do the Tangipahoa Parish, Louisiana? They have, I'll probably have to play this on a fast. I have not watched the whole thing.
Oh.
I'll probably, because I mean, we still, gosh, sorry, 3 o'clock. We've already been going for like 2 hours. This is not a short, this video is about 10 minutes long.
It's important.
It is.
It is.
I think
very important.
We'll save the Needham, Massachusetts for next week because that one is
one came out good.
That's 24 minutes long. So I'll save that one for next week. Let's watch the Tangipahoa. We'll save the other one because they're both important. And let me just cue this up.
You guys that are here watching, you're gonna be shooketh.
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna be shocked, man. I'm sure. I'm scared.
Like, how could somebody that's serving the public, how can this detective
as the head of the narcotics division?
Yeah.
No less.
Y'all
it's like,
be like, what?
Yeah, this will be interesting.
It's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard of as far as someone saying about Kratom.
No, so hold on a second though. Now we were doing Tangipahoa recently. So Misty, what's the timeline with this? Because I know we've covered Tangipahoa before. It's a parish in Louisiana.
Yep. So
they were going to send it back to the committee or something like that.
They did.
Okay.
That's why this detective is back now. So a couple months back, these people went to that Tall Cop convention. Tall Cop Jermaine, who does these conventions on the newest drug trends and all that stuff. So a couple months back, it was brought up to the council people's attention about this because even one of the women on the council whatever went to that convention. So they're trying to ban the sale of Kratom is what they're trying to do. So then Paul and his little Louisiana crew showed up to the next meeting that happened. So then they all agreed to send the bill back to the, what was it called? DNC. It was like, I forgot what that was called, but they sent it back to the DNC committee, whatever that committee was. I remember we looked it up and figured it out, but now I forgot. So now, since it came back from the committee, now this this detective is getting up there and testifying about the dangers of kratom. And wait till y'all hear this. This is just as bad as when the sheriff in Livingston Parish got up there and testified, if not worse.
I'd have to say it's worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's.
Wow. And for those watching, if you haven't done so yet, please share this live stream. Don't keep this to yourself. Sorry. Just want to interrupt and say that.
Don't gatekeep the live stream.
Yeah. Don't gatekeep
But
it.
yeah, Paul Schetzsnyder, he's just amazing. You know, he's our military vet. You know, he's gone. I don't know. I've lost count of how many parishes he's gone personally to go testify about kratom. You know,
Yeah.
A lot.
And so there will be another parish meeting coming up on Monday night, the 22nd at 5:30 Louisiana time. So if you can make it, if you got friends in Louisiana, let them know. Show up.
How did you see? Did you watch this live, Misty?
No, I didn't watch it live. I watched it
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay. Because I was like, dude, I didn't even know it was. You know, I was like, I didn't even know it was live. Really?
Paul didn't even know that it was happening. He, even after the last hearing that he went to, he was trying to find information. He got in touch with me. He texted me and he was like, can you find any information on when the next kratom meeting is going to be? I couldn't find anything on their agendas and minutes. He called the city council government down there and they did not give him any information about when this meeting was going to happen.
Wow.
So
That's
this
terrible.
little detective is up there, the only one who's testifying. It's
That's
wild
terrible.
what he says. Y'all just be,
Well, let's
prepared.
watch. I'm eager to watch this. So it's going to take us a little bit of time, 10 minutes long. So I'll
I would speed
probably
it up too.
okay, because I'll probably step away for a moment too to get some water and use the restroom and stuff. But
Okay.
I'm definitely wanting to hear this. So yeah, let's cue this up. So this is Tangapahoa Parish Council. This was on July 8th. So no kratom advocates. You're saying that
Nope.
they did not notify anybody?
Nope. Paul couldn't get any information
Terrible.
about when this meeting was going to happen.
Terrible. That should never happen.
Yeah.
Okay, let me mute myself and we'll watch.
Item number 6 is discussion on kratom with pharmacists and law enforcement. We have Mr. Joseph D. Giovanni here and Mr. Tom Wheeler with the Sheriff's Office. This came up meeting about a month ago. So really, I'm going to just open it to the floor. You guys want to make some comments, questions? Actually, was not at that
I'm
meeting.
speeding it up to 1.25.
But if one of you guys would like to come up and just comment, we'd love to hear from you.
So I don't know what was discussed on the last meeting, but just to let you know what kratom, where we're seeing it on the streets. My background with the Sheriff's Office was I've run the narcotics division since 2018. Prior to that, I was just a narcotics agent and a burglary detective. Since the heroin epidemic really hit us in our parish, we started seeing kratom kind of go hand in hand with it. Our drug dealers, local drug dealers, started mixing this kratom with it. If you know how drug dealers kind of make their product go a little bit further, they like to mix chemicals to go with it. Kratom has 3 different veins. One vein is a green vein, 1 grain is a red vein, and 1 grain is a white vein. The green vein kind of gives you the same effects as heroin. Hence why our heroin dealers like to use it, because it gives them the same effects. So they will mix this
Oh
kratom
my
with it.
God. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to be able to go to the restroom. I have to watch this. So that pisses me off because green strain kratom is what saves me with my chronic pain. The reds don't work on me. The whites don't work on me. It is
You mean
not
the green
heroin.
grain?
It
The green
doesn't act
grain?
like heroin. Oh my God. That's just like, to me, a slap in the face to all of us who get amazing pain relief so that we don't have to go use heroin. I mean, if I had not discovered kratom 5 years ago, I mean, that's probably the path I would have ended up going down because no other doctors would take over my chronic pain. And I was going to be forced to have to go find a drug dealer. And, hearing, it's amazing the interviews I've done with people for the Kratom Stories podcast, actually the new one with Mike Felicetta. It's what happened to him. He started, I mean, if y'all go listen to this episode, started in pain management. He hurt his back on the job, goes to pain management and got the opioids. And then over time got addicted to them and then got hooked up with the crooked, he lost that doctor, got hooked up with the crooked doctor who just kept giving him the meds he wanted. And it turned into a serious addiction. Then he couldn't get them anymore, turned to the streets and this guy got him hooked on heroin, telling him this is no different than your opioids.
Yep. That's the
And-
exact road I went down, except I picked up doing cocaine instead of starting off with heroin. Because my pill dealers always had heroin or, was doing heroin themselves. They were just selling the pills to support their habits. So I knew exactly where to get heroin. And that was exactly what I was going to do. If I wouldn't have watched Leap of Faith, I would have put that needle on my arm.
Yeah. And I just like how many of us would have been that statistic that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about any of this stuff. They want to believe in the medical community and in the government that, the people losing access to the pain management pharmaceuticals are not going to the streets and they're not killing themselves.
They are.
So many of them are committing suicide. So many of them are going to the streets. And because of that, getting fentanyl that they're not trying to take, but it's killing them. And it's sad that this happens.
And the fact that he says the local heroin dealers are mixing kratom in with their product. Ain't no goddamn heroin dealer gonna do that.
No.
That's
First
the
of all,
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It would stop somebody from going back to buy heroin.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie says when they mix kratom with heroin is still heroin. The effects of heroin is from heroin, not kratom.
Yep.
But it's like, I don't think it's chemically, it's not chemically possible.
Yeah. How would you do it to begin with?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Twinkle's here. Hey, Twinkle. Good to see you.
Hey, Twinkle. But it's like, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. No one is doing that.
He's supposed to be a narc cop and don't know that you don't snort kratom, nor do H dealers cutting it with kratom. Yeah, exactly. What? I want to know what. I think he had an informant or somebody.
Yes, somebody was bullshitting him. And he's dumb enough to go and repeat it.
And he fell for it.
Yes.
Where's the proof? Where is a proof that they have drug dealers mixing kratom with heroin? Where don't they have proof of this? Like where's the actual hard evidence of this? Do they have it, Misty?
We're doing it for you, so we shall see.
I mean, is this going to be like in Wisconsin? There was this yellow powder coming out of his nose. He was doing kratom. It's like,
and then even that cop who got up there and testified couldn't back up his shit with evidence.
Right. Because there's no evidence of that. Because what he said was not true. So yeah, where's the evidence of what was coming out of his mouth? And mind you, we've only listened to the first minute and a half. I can't believe this is going to be a long one to go through. It's like, Sherry's here. Hey, Sherry. She says, sounds like Mississippi Task Force lying asses.
Yep.
And then Carrie always has the funniest comments. Who the F would buy green Coke?
Right? I mean,
you win the best comment of the day, Carrie. That's a good one.
I mean, heroin is it's tarry, it's like black tar. If it's legit heroin. I don't know what this illicit fentanyl heroin looks like. But who the hell?
Well, there is powder heroin too. Like it's powder, but I mean, it's not the same green or brown or whatever, kratom is. And then even so, I mean, if you tried to draw that up in a syringe, there's no way. There is no way. There's just no way. That's not real at all. That's so bogus.
Agreed. All right, let's keep watching. This one's not easy to watch.
To make their product go further. We are seeing some of our drug dealers, our big drug dealers, use it with their product to make it go further, to give the same effects as heroin. So we're not seeing anything good with it. We're seeing it more and more with the heroin dealers here. You do your research on it. You can't find anything good on the internet with it. The Drug Enforcement Administration has nothing good to say about it. FDA has nothing good to say about it. The Mayo Clinic has nothing good to say about this product. It comes from the southeast province of China.
What?
That's where fentanyl comes from. So.
I got to pause this. I remember hearing that part
that
before.
other lady brought up China and Tanja Bahoa this last time.
So what does he say? He said southeast
provenance of China.
Southeast Province of China, which is this does not come from China. Where does his research show that? Where did he get that from? This is not from China. And is he going to sit here and say China because everybody's like China is where fentanyl comes from? Is he trying to, the COVID and the fentanyl all comes from China. So let's say this is from China. Like, oh my God, they're just trying to promote hysteria.
This is what I'm saying is I feel like they switched out, just like with that sheriff's daughter who did $400 a day.
Right.
Yep.
She was actually addicted to illicit fentanyl. So what I feel like these folks are doing is switching out the word fentanyl and putting kratom in with it.
Yep.
Instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually saw an interview of this same detective back in like 2018, and he says the same exact thing about fentanyl getting mixed in with the heroin. So it's kind of like a story he just goes with. You know what I mean? And you can tell he's lying. Like, you can tell he is bullshitting by the way he's talking about it.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
our big drug dealers, they're, drug dealers, the big ones. It's like, you're not seeing that.
Why are they only heroin dealers? What about the weed dealers or the coke dealers? Not all drug dealers have a multitude of different substances. So why are you singling out the heroin dealers, buddy?
Right.
Detective Derp.
That's
the name I gave him on the video, on one of the videos I did.
I can't even hear him talk about the grains without thinking about that video.
Right.
I
Kelly,
had to do that video for Kelly.
Kelly says he is showing every sign you look for in a liar.
Yeah.
For sure. And Sam says the same thing.
Throwing in some ad lib to it, trying to like reinforce what he's saying. Get out of here.
Yeah, look, she said red face, fidgety, no eye contact. So true.
Because you got high blood pressure from lying.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man. All right, let's keep watching.
I really can't find anything good to say about it.
I read the article. One of the articles I read was Mayo Clinic, and I have it right here.
Yeah.
And let's just say that's a pretty good source, and they really had nothing good to say about it. There are a number of side effects. I think I read where some of these products, not the pure product, but some of these products have other stuff put in it, and maybe the pharmacist can help us there. But and somebody handed us this sheet right here, which is I think Mr. Giovanni. Okay, and it kind of sums it all up from all the stuff I read. To be honest with you.
If you look at the red and the white vein, so the green vein gives you the effects of an opiate, and you actually can get the withdrawals just the same as an opiate off the green.
Where's
vein.
my withdrawals?
But the red and the white vein actually gives you the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Misty, who's been taking it for 5 years, every day, takes breaks all the time. Yeah, where are the withdrawals?
Where's my opiate feeling? If trust my ass. If kratom was like taking a Percocet or a Vicodin or a morphine, I would be chasing that feeling. Where's that euphoria at? Man, Porky.
Yeah.
Agreed, Sam. I'd be going to jail too, because I couldn't. There's no way I could sit in the same room as this dude and listen to him say that shit. There's just no way.
Yeah, Christopher's here, by the way.
Christopher.
Hey, Christopher, glad you joined us.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, this one's hard to watch. Let's keep going.
As methamphetamine and cocaine. So
what?
There's nothing really good.
The
about
white
this
and the
product.
red are the same as
Some
meth.
people argue about it.
Let me back that up a
good and it
little
has
bit
its-
so we can get back. Yeah, this is interesting stuff.
God.
Just the same as an opiate off the green vein, but the red and the white vein actually gives you the same thing as methamphetamine and cocaine. So there's nothing really good about this product. Some people argue about it that it's good and it has its good things for them, but I don't give you much for the FDA, but I will give you good for the Drug Administration and the Mayo Clinic. Those two are very
Freaking Mayo Clinic.
I am just counting down the days until the FDA puts out publicly that single dose study that shows kratom is safe at all doses.
Yes.
From what they've done.
Wait
And
till the last
why
second.
is it that they did that? Didn't they do that like late last year or something? I know they presented it back in February. Why
I
is
think it was like December or something like that. But they released those findings after they refused to go to court in California to say that kratom is dangerous. So after that whole trial situation, That's when they released their findings.
Yeah.
So, and how come this dude ain't talking about how the DEA couldn't get it scheduled? The FDA approached the DEA about getting it scheduled federally as a Schedule 1 drug. 2 months later, the DEA rescinded its notice of intent to schedule it. But they're over here talking about the DEA bullshit as like that's word of God.
Right. Oh man.
I wonder if there's, are they mixing it with the meth? Are they mixing that white and that red? Come on, dude.
You can't even smoke it.
Oh.
You still can't inject it like you could meth. You
No,
can't.
but
it's not injectable.
If the heroin people are mixing the green grain in, what's to stop the meth dealers from mixing the white grain in? So get out of here.
God.
Such BS. All right, let's keep watching.
Very reputable companies that aren't giving you anything good.
Yeah, questions for Mr.
Yes. Do you have an idea how accessible this Kratom is to school-age kids?
Kratom.
As of right now, I believe it's at 18 years old, you can buy it. It is regulated, I believe, by the ATC at this point, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, you can go to any store at this point in Thankful Parish, just about any of them, and you can find it. You can find it in a pill form. You can find it in a 20-ounce bag. And it's in a powder, and you can mix it up however you feel fit.
When this came up, I actually started looking. I'd seen it before, but they're in all these little small stores. You can see the product. I was in one the other day. I actually took some pictures of it. It's different. They got different names for it. I mean, I can't give you all the names, but it's out there.
So, David, I mean, a youngster, say 15, can go in and buy this stuff?
Well, there's a state law now that was passed. I think I got it here. Senate Bill number 94, because I asked, and it's 21 years of age. Now, it does also say in the bill that as a local entity, meaning us, we have the right to add more regulation to that. Okay, this is the initial bill they passed. I don't remember the date, but in there, that's the two main things. It bans the sale to those under 21 and allows, notwithstanding any other provision of law to the contrary, a local government may enact an ordinance to prohibit the sale or distribution of, and I use the technical term, but it's Kratom products, or to regulate the sale or distribution of products in a manner that is more restrictive than this particular law.
I wish
I'm
Klein
not an
Peter
expert,
wouldn't
but
have
I can
done
read.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
see much
He
good
did on
that's going to come of
purpose.
this, but that's just me. The side effects can be, I'm reading off your sheet here, but I saw it earlier: nausea, itching, sweating, dry mouth, constipation, increased urination, vomiting, drowsiness, loss of appetite. I don't know. I mean, it's up to the council to make those decisions.
Yeah. Let me ask two more questions, David.
Yes, sir.
Do you know if any other states have banned this substance, and also any other parishes?
I can answer that one. The parishes are Ascension, Catahoula, Concordia, Rapides are the four that I know of. Livingston, I know, looked at it. I thought Brad was going to be here tonight. I didn't know if they passed anything or not. I couldn't. Okay, but those are the four that I read. Well, actually, I got this from Jill, but I'd read it. Those are the four that have banned it. City of what? Yeah, and some cities have banned it also, yes.
According to DEA, there's actually some states too that have banned it. I don't.
But do you know if any other states have banned it? Okay, so okay.
I think there's two states that actually made it a controlled substance: Illinois and maybe another one. I think there was two that I read.
They don't even have their facts.
Nope.
Man.
It's not a controlled substance in Illinois. I mean, there's a few towns that banned it, but banned the sale, right?
The sales, yeah.
It's not considered a controlled sub. Boy, how is it these lawmakers in this parish can talk this BS and they don't even have all the information, don't have the facts?
It's every time in Louisiana too.
Yeah.
It's like every time.
I'll tell you what,
And,
I will never ever go back to. I mean, I'm in Texas, or one. I mean, it's far from where I live, even to get to Louisiana. But boy, there used to be a time I used to go to New Orleans a lot. I will never go to Louisiana.
Y'all see this? One dude posted up though in the courtroom. It's like the only guy that knew this shit was happening. The dude behind him. So I only see one person in the whole courtroom.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think they snuck this in somehow. So Paul
it sure
was
seems that
able to
way.
find this so that he could attend this. But
Yeah.
he's damn sure going on Monday. This is not right at
No.
all.
Well, and like in a democracy, we're allowed to be present for these things and to share our voice. That they're not doing this the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's just wrong.
And I just can't help but to feel that tall cop Jermaine, is the reason for this. I wonder how many rehab and recovery centers fund tall cop Jermaine's BS conventions that he goes and does.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. Let me back up a little bit because they were saying they think this 2 states where it's a controlled substance ban, Illinois, and they're about to say the other ones. Let me just back it up a little bit. And for anybody that's just arrived recently, I'm having a little issue. Like I have to, if you're wondering why my transitions are so slow, I have to mute myself and then go to a different screen to restart the video because I've been having some issues today with this new computer I'm using. So just bear with me.
I think there's 2 states that actually made it a controlled substance, Illinois and maybe another one. I think there was 2 that I read.
Maybe another one.
And that's what I think. This sounds like some bad stuff. I didn't realize, I didn't think about the aspect of a drug dealer taking his product and basically adding to it to make his quantity go further so he can make more
So
money.
for instance, if you look at it in that aspect, if he can take an ounce of heroin,
right,
he takes an ounce of kratom, now he's got 2 ounces of product.
Right.
Oh my God.
And you're looking at a street
Oh my God. What the hell?
Like these people need to
Seriously?
be held accountable for this shit. Like
No
this is
kidding.
just ridiculous, dude.
Oh
Like
my God.
this is crazy, and this is the guy that's the head of narcotics. Like you're kidding me.
That's scary. It's scary to be living in this parish with this going on.
Like I don't know how much an ounce of heroin would be, but an ounce of kratom ain't shit, and like the kratom would be the kratom would be cock blocking what the heroin is supposed to be doing.
Right.
True, yeah.
They wouldn't be getting a good high. Plus, wouldn't they be cutting it with something that's just a cheap filler? Kratom would not be a cheap filler and would not.
Illicit fentanyl would be the cheap filler.
Yeah. God, they're just making up wild shit to get kratom banned. God, this is like really hard to watch. All right, keep going.
Oh dang,
The
an ounce of
chemists
heroin is
basically
expensive.
and he's mixing this stuff. So hence how some overdoses happen, because he's just mixing this stuff up in a bowl or a bag. So when this happens, that user may get more heroin or fentanyl if it's containing fentanyl in that one dose unit versus maybe getting more kratom in it. And that's why some of these
Damn, they just threw fentanyl in there too, didn't they?
So Dave, the state law you read, that was adopted in the last session?
That was adopted in the last session.
Okay, yeah, that's what
2023 regular session. Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, okay.
Senate Bill number 94 is the one that passed. They had one on the House side. They had only back and forth on this for a while, and this is what they finally settled in on. From when I read on, I actually got it from.
Yeah, because I don't remember that coming up in the first hearing that we had.
So have they made it a controlled drug yet?
No, sir, not yet.
Why not?
I think they're still doing. Yeah. I don't know yet. Do I see it probably happening or coming to it?
No, it's not a drug.
Not
Can we do that?
Well, we can ban it. That's I know. And is that the ultimate answer? Probably not. But at least it's a step in the right direction. Sometimes the government starts from the bottom and works its way up, and that's kind of what's going on here.
Well, stopping the sale of it, I get that, but you can still get it online, delivered to your house. You can drive into Hammond. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like somebody. It sounds like it needs to be playing all the way around.
Well, it sounds like the state needs to take more action. This is probably their initial. I'm just talking out of my hat, probably, but this is probably their initial step. And then, 'cause I read a lot about it, and they went back and forth in the session from the House bill to the Senate bill, and there were all kind of different things going on. And this is the one that came out of committee, and so that's the one they want to find up passing. That's all I know.
Well, last time I didn't hear the aspect last time. We wasn't aware of that the drug dealers were taking it and mixing it with the drugs.
Because it's not true, bro.
We did not have that information. As I never thought about that combination doing that.
And I got this from Senator Wheat's office is where I got it. So it's on the books. Any more questions, Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Giovanni, you want to have anything to say?
Who said
Anybody have
that
any
Senator
questions?
Wheat's office? Are they talking about
There
what
being
the?
none?
Did the cop say that? The one that just
No,
testified? Okay.
No, the mayor or whoever, whatever that dude's
Okay.
name. I'm gonna see what parish Senator Wheat lives in.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
We'll move on. Thank y'all. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you being here. Let's see, where am I? Okay, item 7, adoption of an ordinance to authorize a parish president or his authorized
That was
designee
it.
to execute any and all documents.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I think Venus left to come back because her audio wasn't working. So Kratom Friend, which is Craig, says we're the advocates to tell this cop to shut
They
it.
didn't know.
They didn't know. They did not give any warning, any notice for this meeting, which is wrong on so many levels.
I just
wrong.
like, does he? My thing is like, man, who could stand up in a courtroom and tell that kind of shit? Like, that is like some far-fetched shit right there. That whole, everything that he said. It's like, does he really like? There's no way he really believes that. There's just no way. There's just no way.
Yeah. They just making up this BS probably to benefit the recovery centers that they probably have some kind of stake in, just like that's happened before in Louisiana when that was uncovered. What was that, last year or the year before? We all uncovered that the sheriff and the brother.
Yeah, that.
The brother with the recovery center.
No, the brother was the council member. The sheriff and then the brother was a council member in Livingston Parish. This all started in Ascension Parish from a recovery lifehouse center, where they produce sober slaves for the community. It's the people that go to their recovery center, they go to work at Smith Tank and Steel.
Yeah.
Okay, so Senator Wheat is from Ponchatoula and Hammond. And he's a veterinarian. I mean, he's a veterinarian in Tangipahoa Parish.
Really?
So there's some kind of inner workings going on here, you guys.
Yeah.
Louisiana, I feel so sorry for y'all. Like, man.
Yeah, Louisiana is just.
Because there's no way to get your head up in that. Like, there is so much ignorance and lies. It's just like there's no way you can, battle that with truth because everybody's believing
Ponchatoula.
Yeah.
Hey, Venus, you're back.
Hey.
We hear you now.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I don't know what happened, but I'm glad it's fixed.
FYI, we don't have nearly as many live viewers today, and it's sadly because I can't live stream on Twitter. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Normally our number's so high, but we have 13 lovely people watching live. Thank you, all 13 of y'all, all over social media. But gosh, normally we're like at 100 or sometimes even 200. I wonder if that can't just be because we're not on Twitter, is it? You think?
I don't know.
Normally the number it's consistently been very low today. Is there something going on we don't know about? Is the world ending today, or is there some kind of is there
it's that cyber attack thing from yesterday or whatever?
That was crazy. I hope they're telling the truth in the media. Like,
me too.
Part of me is like, yeah, it was probably a cyber attack. They don't want to freak out the world.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, because look, let's face it. The world has learned to just lie about everything all the time because why be truthful and either spread misinformation or don't panic the world. Now, my first thought was, they're just trying to prevent. Because could you imagine, like, there were flights that were in the air that couldn't land. That freaked me out. I'm like, holy shit! Could you imagine being on a flight and you can't land because they don't even know if the traffic controllers can see you?
No.
They said there were hundreds of flights like that. I was like,
my conspiracy mind was going wild yesterday, and I was like, this was done on purpose, and it happened to be like months before the presidential election.
Yeah.
Crap happened to Trump, and I'm like, somebody's trying to get the real truth.
We
about what
got like
happened,
a emergency alert on our phone last night, and for some reason we couldn't click on the link. It was like anyway, I really started freaking. I'm like, what is going on? Like, we need to know why this was sent to us. Like,
Yeah.
we found out it was a highway trooper or whatever was shot, and they were looking for the
Oh, no.
getaway car. But I mean, I had all kinds. I was like, dude, we need to know what's happening in the outside world right now. I can't believe it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy what they try and just cover up. And there's nothing worse in the world than a liar. And so it's like when I hear people just make shit up and lie, I can't stand it.
I don't know if you see Kelly. So Kelly says, yes, she's same thing, Jennifer. I guess she got that too. And then she said, I heard helicopters, then that, and I panicked. Oh my!
Oh,
could you
gosh.
imagine hearing helicopters and then
If
getting
I heard
that?
helicopters, I really would be panicking.
And then she said she called her sister in Michigan to see if she got it. Wow, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you click the little link that comes with it, brings it up, but it's just
Right.
like not secured or something. And I'm like, oh
no.
Oh,
We're in a
man.
crazy time now, is all I gotta say. I
Yeah.
mean, you just can't trust the things we read.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you all, but man, when I get on Twitter, God, there's so much crap on there now.
It is.
It is crazy, and there's just so much conspiracy theory and BS, and it drives me crazy. It makes me not want to get on there
Yeah.
because it's just so bad now, so rampant. And I got on my Madalyn Sklar Twitter a few times this week. I mean, I had a huge presence. I have over 100,000 people over there because I was known for teaching Twitter, getting people to use Twitter back when Twitter was much better than it is now. And if you love Twitter better now, great. I'm happy for you. I don't. I just don't like it. I like that we do our Twitter Spaces every Thursday at 3:00 Eastern. Really, it's like the Kratom Gals, but it's Kratom Real Talk. It's like a support group. If you don't know about it, come join us on Kratom Story at Kratom Stories, which is Kratom Stories Podcast, Twitter at Kratom Stories, the username. We get together. We've been doing it for over a year every Thursday afternoon. It's just like a little support group. That's about the only thing that I think it's been good for. But I did go on my old one, which I don't even use anymore. And so many people miss me over there and I miss them. And but so many of the cool people that I would bring together in Twitter chats and stuff, they've moved on to other platforms. A lot of them are on Threads. And I try to like Threads, but I don't really care for Threads. That's the Instagram one that came out last year. But people have pretty much scattered all over. I really like live streaming on YouTube. I wish we could push this out to TikTok. I hope there comes a time where this can be on TikTok because we have so many people on TikTok that are so interested in learning about Kratom, and we have a great community of people that use Kratom over on TikTok.
Yeah.
Can I stop you real quick? I
Yeah,
want to
of
make
course.
a quick TikTok video because someone just commented on this shirt that Carrie made for me. Like I said, I saw her make it, or I saw her do the video. I didn't think the shirt was for me, but someone said, I'm fixing to make a quick TikTok. So when I put my camera up, I want you guys to wave.
Okay.
So let me count it down real quick.
Let me take off my wrist guard.
Hey, so you're going to be featured on our Kratom Gals live stream. You say, do you really think this helps our cause that Kratom is not a party drug? And you're referring to this shirt right here that my cousin made where it says, my Kratom just kicked in. What I mean by that is chronic pain relief is coming. Anxiety relief is coming. Depression relief is coming. I in no way, shape, or form talk about Kratom being a party drug. So, yeah, you're featured on our live stream right now. Toodles.
Hi.
She ain't got better hear you guys because I have my headphones on.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Or
But she could see that we were mouthing it, so that's good. All right, so Sam says TikTok doesn't let you StreamYard. No, it's a TikTok thing. We would love to have this StreamYard push out to there as well, but TikTok does not. They're not really big on letting third-party apps like this do that. John Martin's here. Hey, John. Thank you for joining us.
John.
Hey.
John.
The only way to live do a TikTok live, you can do it from your phone, which Misty does from time to time. We're going to try to do. I totally forgot about us doing one yesterday. I know I said a few weeks ago before the hurricane and life was normal for me, I was like, let's start doing a Friday little quick TikTok live, and just to remind people that we do this live stream on Saturdays, even though it's not on TikTok. But I think people over there are confused, and they probably wonder like, I'm on TikTok. It's 2:00, 3:00,
Right.
whatever time it is for them. And it's like, where are they? Well, we're not there. So it's a StreamYard thing. Now, there is a way to do a live like this through TikTok, but you got to have a
Windows 10.
a PC, a Windows computer, and none of us are able to do it. So, and we wouldn't be able to do it as part of StreamYard. That'd be the only other thing too. Well, I mean, it might be a way if you have that little key thing, whatever. I don't know, but I'm surprised TikTok, as big as they are, that they don't allow live streaming more like all the others do. Like, this is so easy for us to do on YouTube and Facebook, as you all can see. You're either watching us on Facebook or YouTube, and it's very easy for us to be here.
Since you couldn't go on Twitter, on X, where did you stream it to? The other?
It's just my Kratom Stories podcast, Facebook and YouTube. It's frustrating. I mean, when we're live every Saturday doing this, we get a ton of people through my Kratom Stories Twitter watching live. But apparently Elon has decided that if you have the free account and not a paid account, you cannot live stream on Twitter anymore. I heard about this coming, but it had not happened yet for me. Now, I with my new lights behind me, I did do a test on my other account. I don't pay for it anymore, but also Elon has decided to give the free blue check mark premium accounts to people like me that have a lot of followers. So even though I'm not really active on my Madalyn Sklar account anymore, I do have the blue check mark. I stopped paying for it, and they gave it back to me for free. So I can live stream from there, but that's not the right community. So there's no point in me live streaming this over there. But I just don't feel like I should have to pay.
Maybe somebody in that community is suffering, from chronic pain or addictions or anxieties,
So the way the algorithm works on Twitter, and they disclosed this earlier this year, and it's very similar like this on other social media platforms. So basically, the algorithm, it works in these buckets. So because on that account, it's about social media marketing, digital marketing, teaching Twitter and all that stuff, the algorithm focuses on those buckets. And so for me to take, I started my account in 2008. So that many years, I don't think it's going to drive. I don't know how long it would take before to drive people over to how this Twitter, the Kratom Stories podcast Twitter does. Plus, I'm actually, thinking about kind of revital, like I said at the start of this a couple hours ago when we started this live stream, about going back to teaching, getting people comfortable using video and live streaming with my program I used to teach years ago. I would then utilize that Twitter account to help promote that. So I don't want to mess up take away. I don't know if the algorithm would like me switching gears completely, but then it would mess up if I did try to go back. But I'm also going to investigate, because with these premium accounts on Twitter, it used to be the $8 a month, right? First, it was $2.99 pre-Elon. It was $2.99. So I actually did that on my Madalyn Sklar Twitter account years ago when that became available, because of the extra features we got. There were extra features we got, and they were great features. Then Elon comes along and changes it to $8 a month, which I thought was pricey, but I did it. And I did it for a long time. Then I got frustrated and I'm not paying this anymore. But then he changed it and has these different Twitter premium tiers. So there's a $3 a month tier, the $8 a month, and then there's another one. I think it's like 20, or I don't know. I think it's $20 a month. I need to see if the $3 a month would let me live stream, then I would consider that. Let me check real quick, because I haven't looked at this in a long time. It's $2. Well, if you do it annually, I'm not paying annually, $2.67 a month, $32 billed annually. If you do it monthly, it is $3 a month. I don't see live streaming on there, so probably not. When you're on your Twitter account, on the left sidebar, if you're on desktop, if you're on mobile, I could think it's the same thing too. There's a new link called Premium, and that's where you can see like the different things. It's basic, premium, and premium plus. But let me see.
Oh, I see it. It shows profile, premium, bookmarks, jobs.
But I don't see the live stream listed on here.
Spaces.
But Spaces you can still do with a free account. I've been able to do it on the. Oh, I don't know. Is that on just premium now? Gosh, I hope not. That would affect our.
Could you have your space like you do? You do your Thursday spaces. Could you have the Thursday spaces for Saturday? Could the audio just be playing in the spaces so they could just listen to us?
There's not a way for us to. Because listen,
that way you don't have to pay for it.
I've been trying to figure out like how to take a Spaces audio and live stream it, and I never could figure out a way to do it.
But I'm just wondering if you could have the spaces opened up, and then that way, since you can't live stream to live, but maybe you could.
But they wouldn't hear all of us; they would only hear me.
Oh,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. A long time ago, I tried to figure out like. What I thought would have been cool years ago when I was doing my Twitter Smarter Spaces chat every week was to have a way to continue doing that because I had a good community for that, but to also have a live stream of it, like to live stream it here on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, because I just couldn't figure like how to have that on the screen where you can see it and hear it. And then those of us that want to be on camera could be on camera. Like I tried every which way I could, and I couldn't figure it out. It wouldn't work. It's kind of like TikTok, where like they're only going to hear you and see you. Well, with that, they're going to hear me and not hear everybody else. So I don't think that's going to work. Where are you looking at Premium where you see Spaces?
Oh, it was like whenever I click on my profile on my phone, I click on the profile, and then what pops up is this menu that says Profile, Premium, Bookmarks, Jobs, Lists, Spaces, and Monetization.
Yeah. Because I don't think you have to have a paid account to host a space, and I don't see that anywhere. But I don't see where the live stream. I know I just saw recently that you have to pay to live stream, but I don't see which account you have to have. Because the cheap $3 a month account, it's not very, you don't get very much, but I don't even see. I'll have to do some research. If I could go back to streaming this on Twitter for $3 a month, I'd probably do that. I'm not going back to paying $8 a month. And the same's asking, does Zoom help? No. Zoom is good for when you want to do a webinar, which I can also do through StreamYard, which is where we're at now, but not for that. So Brandy is here watching us on Facebook. Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Thanks for being here. Says she loves watching us. Thank you. Yeah, Facebook. The way this works, John, is that I'm using, like, you can live stream for free on Facebook. You can do it on YouTube. Sad that now Twitter, you have to pay money to do it. What the way we're broadcasting to all of these simultaneously is that I use a tool called StreamYard. And on StreamYard, we're all here. The four of us are here in StreamYard. Y'all are watching us on either Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. Allows me to broadcast on up to 3 of these places, social media platforms, and the rest of the gals to do up to 2. So we're able to be far and wide. Like right now, we're on my Kratom Stories podcast, Facebook and YouTube, and not my Twitter because it wouldn't do it. Jennifer, we're on your, what are we on for?
Just my YouTube. Twitter
yeah,
don't work.
Do Twitter. Venus, you're on Facebook and YouTube, I believe, right? And Misty is on her Facebook and YouTube. So y'all that are here live or watching the replay, you're on one of these. So that's how that works. I'm pretty techie if you haven't figured it out. And I love these new lights. They're just so freaking cool. I just wish the green was darker so that I had to label since I tried to label the back a left and a right so I know which one's which. I just wish the green was
Maybe
not
you just
so
need to move
bright.
the bulb.
Well, I did. I played around with it, and I've got it almost as far as it can go in the corner. And if I like just move my laptop, I don't know. I'll have to play around with it some more. But
Have
I
you
don't
ever
know.
used Streamlabs, Madalyn?
Streamlabs? What is? No, I don't think so. What is that?
I was looking at. I guess you can stream on TikTok from your Mac without having to.
You can from a Mac? I haven't heard of Streamlabs. I'll have to check that out.
That other thing I was talking about, like the virtual, the thing that you could run, dude. Apparently, it's called Parallels. It's like $199 a year.
Yikes.
So you'd have to pay for it to get the.
I'm already paying a lot for StreamYard.
Yeah.
How does Streamlabs cost? I imagine it costs money too.
I'm not sure. I'm looking into it now.
Because I haven't seen a third-party tool that allows you to stream into TikTok with a Mac. And I just don't understand why on earth does TikTok not let you live stream with a Mac? That just makes, because if there was a way to live stream on a Mac, we'd totally be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, from my understanding, what's missing is the Windows application.
Yeah, I looked into it last year, and then I looked at it again recently when we were talking about it. Is you've got to have a computer, a PC running Windows. It just makes no sense that's the only way they let you do it. If you're going to do it on a desktop computer, you can do it on a mobile, but on mobile we can't do this. We cannot live stream like this on mobile on TikTok. So makes no sense to me. Well, we watched a lot of videos. Gosh, we've been live streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow.
Always a fun time doing that. So many of y'all have been here from the start. I'm so impressed.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming.
It's so great. We have such a great. Oh, and also, I don't know if Emily's still here, but I saved this. The cool feature here where I can like put a star next to a comment. I want to make sure you saw this comment earlier, Misty, from Emily, Botanical Queens. I know she's been in and out a bit. Emily, if you're still here, comment, let us know. She said, Misty, as you were talking about this earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts more on advocacy fatigue and how to handle it. That's such a great question, but we had already moved on and we're doing other things. So I wanted to circle back around to this. So tell everybody like how you deal with that.
I step away from social media. Like, you might still see me posting on TikTok or what have you. I'll be off camera, because when you feel like whenever you make on camera videos, I don't know, to me, it feels like you need to be more aware and present about yourself or what you're saying, stuff like that. So you'll still see me posting off camera, but I just post way less. Like, if I'm doing on camera TikToks, I could do like 11, 20 videos a day, and then I got to deal with all the comments or the messages I might get from those videos. So I just take a step back, sometimes if I feel like I'm being drained from the advocacy, I'll turn my messages off,
Okay.
So, because I know when someone's messaging me, it's going to be, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's life or death, like, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
But my mental health, I'm not trying to sound bitchy or, selfish or whatever, but my mental health is way more important, and I have done complete advocacy burnouts. I just posted a video yesterday of a Self-Care Sunday live that I used to do. I used to go live all the time on Facebook, and even when I started going on TikTok and started getting comfortable about talking about Kratom, I was going live a lot too. It's just my mental health is more important,
I mean, you got to watch out for yourself. You know what I mean? You got to
Can't help
take care of
anybody
yourself.
else. You're not helping yourself.
Yeah.
I don't get paid to advocate, and so I don't know. And even if I was being paid somehow to advocate, I would still be taking advocacy breaks because it is so much.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I know. I mean, if anybody watching us wonders, we're not paid to do any of this stuff. We don't get compensated for any of this. We're doing this because we feel so strongly about sharing our message, helping other people. You know, when I was going through my 8 days last week of no electricity during the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, I mean, I was just trying as best I could to check my messages on my TikTok DMs because so many people reach out to me all the time that need help. And I really felt bad because there was this one lady that was reaching out and she was at her wit's end. I was not getting reliable internet. I mean, I had no electricity, so I had to rely on my phone.
Oh,
And,
was she in Texas too?
I don't
Because there was a
remember.
lady, there was somebody that was messaging me that lives in Texas. So I told them to go hit you up because you live in Texas as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I had so many people reaching out, but this one lady, you know, was trying to get some help. And it was one point where it took me a couple of days to get back to her because the internet on my phone was so, at one point, right after the hurricane, you know, my iPhone, AT&T iPhone was like SOS. You know, when you see that SOS at the top, you have nothing. And majority of the time during this 8 days, horrible time I had to deal with no electricity, barely any internet, was mostly 1 bar on my phone. And when I had 1 bar on my phone, it was I couldn't do anything, nothing. So I was very shut out from the real world, couldn't even get weather reports. When the hurricane hit us, I mean, my electricity was out. My phone wouldn't work. I didn't even get to see like what was happening other than looking out my window. I couldn't see the weather, couldn't get on the news, nothing. And it's just nothing worse than that. But
Terrifying.
it is very scary. And there was this one lady that had reached out during all of that craziness within the first few days of the hurricane. And she was trying to get some help. And whenever I could get my internet to work, I'd you know, reply back. And then there was a period I couldn't reply back for days. And I finally get back to her and she's like, "Don't worry, I just got admitted into hospice now. I'll be okay." And I'm like, oh my God. That was just horrible thing to hear, that somebody was in that bad a shape and resorting to kratom and just trying to learn how to use it, how to take it, what to do. So before there was a point where I was able to reach out to her before she had said that. And I just remember telling her to contact Jordan at New Hope Botanicals. Like, he'll get on the phone with you and answer questions and help you. But you know, a lot of people are just needing help and advice of what to do. And although we're not sitting here giving out like advice, we're just sharing our personal experience to help others. That's why we do this, you know, just helping others.
That person unfollowed me.
They did after you made the video?
Yeah, and the comment that, and they must know who you are, Madalyn, because on another video they commented, for info, go to kratomstoriespodcast.com. So they must know who you are.
Wow.
Which video was this?
She or he just commented on the video where Claudia was talking about Suboxone doctors who speak out against kratom, and I duetted that with the little skeleton.
Is that a new one or no? Or is this older?
It's an older video. But
Okay.
the same person who made the comment about kratom being the party drug, you know, on the video I just did, he or she left this comment on another video saying, for info, go to Kratom Stories Podcast. Because they're on a username account with a bunch of numbers.
Oh, yeah, sure, a lot of those. And Sam, you're saying, don't they give you like morphine and stuff in hospice? Yes, my mom we did home hospice.
Yeah.
Like the last 5 or 6 months when I was taking care of her in her home, and and they had no problem giving you everything. I mean, the first time the nurse came over to our home to talk to us, she left me this bag. It's kind of like an in case of emergency bag. Even though we were not quite there yet, but we were going to get there at some point. I mean, it had a vial of morphine. It had all kinds of stuff. It is like, what? I'm like, really? You're just like leaving this here as we like, oh yeah, and we can get you whatever she needs, we can get. And I mean, they're very big on comfort, which is great.
They are.
As they should for anybody that gets to that point. So, but the thing is, what I learned in all of that with hospice, like when you hear hospice, you think, oh, somebody's about to die. Not necessarily true. You can qualify for hospice, I think, if you're like 6 months or less. And that's how we ended up qualifying her. I mean, she still had a little wait, but it's so unpredictable. You don't know when you're going, but they knew it would most likely be within a 6-month period. But they also keep doing these reevaluations, and they're just not handing you drugs, but they're making sure you're equipped to keep them comfortable at home.
Yeah, so that person dropped the comment on the video that I just did, and she said, "Here, I don't know if it's a he or she. Damn it! I have chronic pain and use Kratom for it. Does anyone else think the T-shirt looks like we use Kratom to party?"
Oh God!
To your cousin, I agree that the T-shirt looks cute. This is what pisses me off when people don't watch my videos long enough to try to figure out who I am or what message I try to get across. I've said this multiple times that when I make those funny videos that says when my Kratom kicks in, I ain't talking about like sitting back waiting for heroin to kick in or cocaine. I'm talking about when the chronic pain relief kicks in.
Right. And we know that. Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm in the kitchen making food and I'm singing and dancing because I ain't hurting the whole
Right.
time.
Yep.
But these people don't take the time. Like, it's so obvious. So many people, like, they see you in the feed for 5 seconds, make this determination of who you are and what you represent, which is not true, and then go say stupid shit in your comments for your own video with their stupid username with numbers on it. That's not even a real account, with no picture, no videos, only reposts. I get so frustrated with that.
Yeah, and they're trying to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Tell you,
Like, dude, you don't even know anything about me. Why don't you go watch some of my videos?
Yeah.
To see
And-
what I represent and what I'm talking
And like
about.
I said, they unfollowed me because you could tell automatically. Because before I did the video, it says friends on there. And now it just shows that I'm following that person.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm unfollowing your ass too.
Sam says, I wonder what they would say about my Buck the FDA shirt.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Misty.
No, that's okay. Yeah, and the other thing that also irks me is when I see someone who positively would talk about Kratom on my videos, but if they're on a Kratom hater video, then there's talking shit over it, and they're still following me. Don't do that. I don't want your fucking follow.
Yeah.
I don't like flip-floppers like that. Y'all can fuck off.
Same. I agree. Same thing. Yeah. Damn, we've been going for almost 3 hours. Holy cow. We always do this because we just have so much fun hanging out and chatting. And you might have arrived less than 3 hours ago. I know some of y'all been here the whole time. We love you. We love all of you. But wow, for anybody that's been here the whole, like, we should like have a t-shirt giveaway for people that stay for the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. That sit here as long as we do. But for those that have not been here for almost 3 hours, be sure to watch the replay when this is over, catch the beginning. Because boy, we've been talking about all kinds of things. We watched a variety of videos, Chesterfield in St. Louis, an interesting news report about Kratom, the Shea Rowbottom girl with her 8.5-minute video that took us probably close to half an hour to watch with her craziness. So misinformed about Kratom.
I will go comment back to her and ask her, hey, would you be interested in coming on live stream? So,
yeah,
Perfect.
tell her that we would like to, help her understand the truth about Kratom.
Educate her. And then hopefully, if she still goes to the kava bars, then she could take what we educate her with to go tell the masses over there.
Because instead, she's in there saying crap about Kratom because of her personal experience, which, you listen to that experience of hers, the way she describes it, and it sounds to me like it's more than what it was. Like she animated it on her YouTube for like and views, right?
Oh my God, she edited it. So it took her a long time.
That was serious editing that she did on that. Angela says, only live stream I can make it through a 3-hour live stream with y'all. I've been here since the beginning. I need a shirt, LOL.
Thank you, Angela.
We should get Angela a shirt. I think she deserves one because she has been here from the start of this live stream. I haven't even gotten up. I haven't stood up. I have not gone to. This is because of Kratom, by the way, y'all. I have not. I've been in this chair for 3 hours because it's now 4 o'clock here. We started at 1 o'clock. Well, we started a few minutes late because it says we've been on at 2 hours and 53 minutes. I've been sitting in this chair for 3 hours. I've had a whole glass of water, my big thing. I'd finished this already, and my Dr. Pepper. I've not got out in my chair to use the restroom because all this stuff, like I want to watch all these videos with y'all and talk about it. It's like I just tune out all of that, rest of the life stuff. But it's all because of Kratom that I normally could not sit this long like this without.
I always dose right before we go live. So yeah, because of Kratom, we can sit here and live stream for 3 hours.
Yep.
Well, Carrie says she's been watching. She left and picked up Kelvin, still watching the whole time. That's awesome, Carrie.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Carrie.
Very cool.
In town now.
Awesome.
Tell Calvin I said, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hey.
Well, this has been such a fun time with y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, sorry we couldn't be here last week, but I had to deal with a hurricane, had no power. So it could not be. Listen, if there was a way I could have done it, believe me, if my phone internet would have worked, I probably would have figured out a way for us to come on and do it. I wouldn't be able to
break
show
anyway.
I know. I wouldn't have been able to show videos like this. I have to be on a desktop computer, but at least still visit. But yeah, no, it's all good. We needed a break. Yeah, we didn't do last week. We couldn't do the Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? We were supposed to live stream the AKA webinar, right? That was Wednesday.
Yeah.
We weren't able to do that because my power went out the Monday before last, so almost 2 weeks ago. So my power went out at 5:45 or 6:45. It was very early that Monday morning, and my power came back on Monday afternoon. I watched them across the street. I saw the big bucket trucks come, and I was watching it go, yeah. I was like kind of yelling. They couldn't hear me, but I was like watching across the way going, yes, they're here. And then at one point they backed up and left. I'm like, no, come back. And then they came back and they brought a whole bunch of them and
standing out in the road being like, don't leave me.
I was like so happy. I was so happy. And the power came on, the AC. I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna get to have like cold drinks again. But you know what sucks when you lose everything in your fridge? You forget what all you had in there that because when you're throwing the shit out, it's like you're doing it quickly so it doesn't smell, right? Because it was already starting to smell. And the other night I was making like this little veggie burger and I'm like, I got to have ketchup on it. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have ketchup. I'm like, oh my God, I got to eat this without ketchup. I was like, damn, I put on my list. And then I was making a sandwich the other day, like, oh, I don't have any mayo. Damn. Like you forget all the stuff you had to throw out.
Yeah.
And now it's like I got this whole list of all those little things that you don't think about. And it's like, damn.
Like I don't have any
sucks.
Mayo. Like I didn't go through what you went through, but I didn't have any mayo, so I had to make my sandwich yesterday with Miracle Whip, and I wanted to post up and say, this is blasphemy because like I cannot. My kids love Miracle Whip, but I am a mayo through and through.
I'm both. It depends on what I'm eating. I'll eat both.
I'm like, man.
It's the little things. We all take so much for granted until it's gone, like not having cold drinks and not being able to, get something out of your fridge and the freezer, nothing. I mean, my saving grace with my sister, see, I wasn't prepared. I downsized late last year when I moved. So I got rid of a lot of shit. I kid you not, all I had to prepare for this, and they didn't prepare us. They didn't think we were going to have issues like we did. All I had was this little lantern. It's like this little blow up light thing that's solar powered that I bought that was on Shark Tank a gazillion years ago, and it looked cool, so I bought it, and the thing works great, and it's been working great. I mean, I use it from time to time. So then I lose power Monday morning, and of course the thing dies on me Monday afternoon. The thing just goes dead. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna have no lights tonight, and I'm like looking for candles, but candles draw in heat, so I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be more hot in here because I'm going to be doing candles. So I was living by candlelight every night for days. My sister had a small generator, So I was able to go save what was in my freezer and bring it over there. She had room, and I was able to do that because that was the only thing she was running was a refrigerator or freezer off of a generator and a big fan. And as days progressed, she got more stuff. She got another generator, a bigger, better generator, and then gave me more stuff. So then I got like this big power bank thing so I could run a fan, but it only worked for a few hours and the thing would die. And I'm like, oh no. And then the next day, a friend of hers got a new generator. So they gave her their power bank to give to me. So I just kept accumulating stuff, which was helpful, but you're still just dying the whole time because it's so hot here. And it was just really unbearable. But I got through it. I'm a trooper. It's like you forget. It's like it happened Monday and it feels like already a lifetime ago. I'm like, thank God that's all behind me. I can feel the AC blow. It feels so good in here. And it's like I can go have a cold drink. Life is good. But we should appreciate it more because life sucks when you don't have electricity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Carrie has to have battery-powered fans. Okay. My sister had this crappy one that she gave to me the next day. This is all she had to give to me. And it was like this boxy square fan that ran on batteries and it didn't work very well, but it was all I had for a few nights. So when I would be sleeping, I had that right up against me. And it worked, but it didn't do much. And then, and again, as she got more stuff, she gave me more stuff. So then I got some better fans that were battery powered. And at one point towards the end, she gave me this amazing big fan that ran on batteries that you would charge up, and it worked great. But battery powered, it only lasted for so long. So overnight, it would die, and then I'd have to go back over to her house and charge it up. But yeah, it was just like, yeah, it was hard. And the best was like ordering some takeout, and it's like, oh, this is so good. You know, when all you're eating is just crap. So Craig says he had a run-in with Susan Eppert. It's sickening how much she is lying through her teeth to exploit her son's death.
Blocker.
Yeah, just block. I just don't ever bother with these people. We talked about that earlier.
I guarantee you what they're stockpiling comments.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know that when she did that press conference thing last year,
yeah,
that was one of the things
so
that
she
Matt
can
Wetherington was talking about.
say people are bullying her.
Right.
It's ammo. She might probably sue for emotional damage. You know, so block any of the haters, Craig. I'm telling you, stop engaging with them on a.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Carrie says, was there a lot of damage done to Houston buildings and roads? Actually, so yeah, I mean, there was a lot of damage. What was crazy is that like a month or two before, we had that weird storm that came through Houston. It was like this sideways hurricane tornado thing. I forgot there's a weird name for it. That did a ton of damage, and it actually blew out all of the windows in our downtown. We have a big, we're the fourth largest city in the U.S. We have a big downtown. It blew out windows all over our downtown, all the skyscrapers and stuff. So that was a while back. So with this storm, what it did, it knocked down like power lines everywhere, like pretty much, what was it, like 2.8 million of us without power or something like that. It knocked down all the power lines, blew up the transformers. That's why so many of us were without power for an extended period of time. It was more of just damaging winds that really affected the city. So, but I couldn't get the news for days and days and days. So I didn't really get to see how. I just know that a lot of us didn't have electricity and power lines were down everywhere and trees were uprooted. That I saw because I kept commuting back and forth with my sisters. I'm on the southwest side of Houston. She's on the northwest side. And let me tell you, I kept expecting to see those bucket trucks with the line, and it's the big truck with the little bucket thing so it can zoom up. The guy sits in it, stands in, and it goes. Zoop. When we have hurricanes, they're here right away. They were not. Every day I kept going, why do I not? I mean, I'm driving on the freeway for a good 20 to 25 minutes, and to not see them in each direction for each part of my drive that long. I was shocked. When I finally saw them was like probably day 6. So I know that part was true on the news when they were saying on social media they weren't being paid and stuff, and that that was why they were sitting around and not working. Apparently our stupid energy company must have not worked with them, and set up a plan and expecting people to pay their own way for food and lodging and everything. And they said that's not how it's supposed to be. So they were waiting for orders. So they just sat in parking lots because I didn't see them on the roads. And it was really upsetting. Like, we're all suffering and there's nobody doing anything about it because of the stupid power company. And we're like the energy capital of the world, so it's just like, go figure. Like, we have all the oil refineries, all the oil and gas energy companies are all based here. So it's just more about money. Yes, Carrie, Center Point sucks. Yeah, somebody like graffiti Center Pointless, and I know that made the rounds in the news. Yeah, they're pointless. Oh yeah, Christopher, Derico, that's what it's called, that sideways tornado. So that was, I think, maybe May or early June. So it's this weird thing. It's like so that did a lot of damage here. It didn't affect me, but like my sister was without power for a week. A lot of people were without power for quite a while. It totally damaged our downtown. All the skyscrapers, glass went everywhere. It's like a sideways tornado, and it came out of nowhere and did like a whole long stretch down Houston. Crazy. And we got like the emergency service text, and it got like pitch black outside. The part of town I lived in, it didn't hit us, but it was more west and north of where I live. But you could just see the sky turn black, and we had this crazy thunderstorm. But yeah, it did that thing did a lot of damage.
It's crazy how much a natural disaster can do in just such a short amount of time. Because
With no warning.
Last year, or the year before, I can't remember, we had a real bad storm just come through. It wasn't even like a tornado or anything. And I mean, all our power was out. Our car, a tree branch fell on top of our windshield. So like we were stuck at home with no power or anything. But I mean, it took, almost a month for them to get everybody back in business. It's just crazy how much it can just destroy in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, it's scary. Oh, Sam, so this is what was so crazy. It was only a Category 1 hurricane. So we've been through hurricanes here. We've had our fair share over the years. I've been without power multiple times from these different hurricanes. This one was only a Category 1, yet the winds were just insane. I could hear it. I mean, it was so loud. There were times where it sounded like a train outside, but I could hear the transformers blowing up. The rain was hitting sideways. The water came through every window in my place. It was a mess. I had a lot of cleaning, which because of Kratom I could do. I mean, God, I was having to bend down and clean up such a mess here.
Well, and then you couldn't even do like the laundry.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you couldn't clean the towels and stuff.
No. And that was gross. And my sister is so cool. She's like, just bag it up and bring it over here. And once her power. And she is also awesome. I would have to take these towels. I put them in like a trash bag, drag it to the bathtub, try to wring it out as best I could. And, my hands definitely have arthritis issues, so it was not easy to do. But I did as best I could. Just left them in these bags, tied them up. And then my sister, like a couple of days later, was like, just bring them over here. And once I get my power, I'll wash them, get them all set up for you. So I drag all that over there, and she just leaves it like in her front room. So for days, she got all these bags of all of my wet towels that I had to use to clean up that big mess I had here. And then once her power came on, she got them all washed for me. So that was awesome. It's always awesome, having people around. I mean, it's scary when we have a big storm like this that affects, this affected everybody in this huge city. There was nobody that was not affected by this. I mean, some people got power back right away, and some people didn't have as many issues, but most of us had a lot of issues that lasted for a long time. But everybody was still happy to help each other, which was awesome to see a lot of that.
That's nice to see.
Yeah.
And everybody should have Kratom in their emergency bags.
100%. And, you know, I made a video on TikTok. You know, TikTok wouldn't let me at first. They immediately took it down, and then I appealed it, and eventually they put it back up. They didn't even tell me I won the appeal. Usually they give you a nice little message, but they did eventually put it up. But I did a video talking about my experience with Kratom through that crisis, because normally I do swamp water Kratom. It's just my preferred method. I've been doing it multiple times a day, every day for 5 years. But I use Blade Papes from time to time, and I use tablets also, but I don't do tablets all the time. It's a pricier method. It's an easy method, but it's a little pricier. I'm used to the powder. But when you don't have electricity, you can't use your microwave. So you can't make swamp water Kratom.
Right.
I'm not going to toss and wash. I will never. I will only toss and wash if I 100% absolutely have to, no choice, then I will make myself do it.
When I
But
toss
I'm
and wash,
not-
I don't taste Kratom at all. You know, the key
Me
to it is
neither.
putting the liquid in first. You puddle the liquid in the back of your throat. You
Mhm.
don't pack your teaspoon. You got to have a loose teaspoon. You plop the powder on top of the puddle of liquid, and then you swallow and then chase with more. I don't taste it at all.
I don't know how they'll do that, because
It just slides right down. Like it just
Yeah.
goes, like it oils it up and just lets it go
I
down.
guarantee
Yeah.
you, Madalyn, because you're like a perfectionist on a lot of shit. So I guarantee you, if you do this, if you do it how I'm telling you to do it, you will you will get it, and you won't taste the Kratom at all.
Well, I thought I perfected Blade Papes really well until I was dealing with the aftermath of the hurricane. I talked about it in my TikTok video, because I had to just survive on Blade Papes for that and the occasional tablets. And so I'm like, I'll just do my Blade Papes. I have a whole shitload of them here. So I was fine at first, and then one of my doses, I think I hesitated because you dip it in water and then you got to swallow it. And I think I hesitated or something. And all of a sudden, what happened was what people have told me have happened to them that I didn't believe. It opened up as it was going down. And so in my mouth and down my throat, there's powder. The Blade Pape was already gelling. It was getting stuck in my throat. I'm like, oh my God. I now understand what some people have told me that I was like, had never happened. And it was awful. And I was like spitting it out, and it was tasting all, I was like, oh, I'm tasting the powder. And I had to start over, and I'm like, okay, don't hesitate. Swallow it fast. But thank God for Blade Papes, and for, if you're like me and you like to chase it with some kind of juice or something, just Gatorade, because Gatorade doesn't have to be cold. And normally I do cold juice, rotate between tart cherry juice, orange juice, and pineapple juice. But Gatorade works great. Or if you're doing your swamp water, you can mix Gatorade as well. I mean, it is a good mix-in as well.
Mixing all those three juices sound good right now.
I really like the pineapple juice. That's been I'm kind of tired of tart cherry juice that Emily from Botanical Queens told us about a year ago, and it's been like my favorite. I was so sick of orange juice, but now I'm kind of back to doing orange juice a little bit, not much, just a little bit, but pineapple juice, because it's sweet. I like sweets, so.
That's my favorite juice, pineapple.
Yeah, it's
So
really
good.
tasty for swamp water. And then orange Gatorade.
Old school.
Yeah, hell yeah. Definitely old school, not all these weird ones they make now. But I'm due for my Kratom, so I need to plus we've been going now for 3 hours and 11 minutes. We've been really going a long time here. But everybody's still here because they're commenting. Twinkle says that's what I was worried about in trying the Blade Papes. The key is to just, when you put it in the Blade Papes, you dip it in some water, and then you want to swallow it pretty quickly, because it'll start dissolving is what happens. So if you hesitate, it's going to kind of open up, and then it becomes a mess. So that's the key. What were you going to say, Misty?
Ah, shit, I don't know.
Okay. Why don't we close out this live stream? Because I know we can ramble all day. We're all so good at that because we just don't ever want it to end. It's always so much
Never.
fun hanging out with everybody. I can't believe we still got people here. Y'all are awesome.
Thank
So
you
y'all have
so much.
a great rest of your day. We will be back on next Saturday, hanging out again. Doing the
I
Kratom.
may or may not be here, so I'll let you guys know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can't be here, then we'll bring somebody in as a guest.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
You two girls can. Oh, where'd she go?
Oh,
Y'all
she's so
both
cute.
can end it with the lasers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait for Jennifer to come back. Come back, Jennifer. Wouldn't it be cool if I get like I think a neon sign right here? It says a Kratom Gals.
Yeah.
You know, I could totally see like the neon sign being green right there, right? Wouldn't that look
Yes.
cool with that purple? Ooh, that would be
Neon
cool.
signs are not cheap, though. I've looked at tons of neon
Well,
signs. 'Cause I love them.
found one online, and it looks like I could get one there for just a few $100. And it's actually a Houston. I wasn't looking for a Houston company, but they actually are based here. I just went did a Google search. Sherry says she is still here. We got
Thank you, Sherry.
troopers here the whole time with us. It's amazing.
Because I have that same sign that Jennifer has, and it's got the different colors that you could set the.
I thought about doing a sign like that, but I can just picture a neon sign right
Yeah,
there.
I
That would
can
look
too.
Yeah.
so cool. So I'm gonna look into it. If it's not too expensive, I might just do that. That would be really neat. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Always great seeing everybody, and just love y'all being so active in the comments. It's just so great. Y'all have
Thank
a
you.
great. And Sam says
Thank
he's
you,
still here
Sherry. You
too.
too.
Have a good night,
Thanks to
everybody.
everybody for coming.
Bye, y'all. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
We'll do it again.
Bye-bye.